live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio. It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 539.
What a morning.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there are times when, look, I love this job, but there are times when I especially love this job, and I would put today in one of those categories. Welcome to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Chris Fisher's on news. We've got special guests stopping by. If you want to know why I'm a little jazzed up, we got to hang out, interview, and meet Sinbad, comedian Sinbad, for the first time.
Mm.
And that dude is a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He is a really, really, really nice guy.
By the way, I know a lot of you don't listen to the comedian interviews, but this one is really, really good.
Well, I don't really toot our horn very much. I'm not good at it. I don't have any confidence. But I think our comedian interviews are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I like them.
Find out what Sinbad and Tom have in common.
Yeah.
Hey, Sinbad it turns out, is the cross between me and Daniel.
It's our baby.
It is.
Yeah. And somehow Bubba was a little
there's a little bit of Bubba sprinkled in there.
But it was great, and he told some awesome stories.
He's the musician techie, and he's also ultimate confidence grifter.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I think there is a common link there. But anyway, that interview, we didn't have a chance because I don't know how long. What did we do? An hour and a half with him?
Yeah.
His assistant was. Kept see her looking at it. She's very sweet as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. She kept looking at her Apple Watch, and I was like, man, I know they're fucking tired, but we kind of hit it off with that guy.
Best friends.
Yeah.
I
the assistant
would
gave me his number, and then I put it. I'm like, putting Sinbad's number in my contact is weird.
You would have wanted to put that in your yellow Nextel, right? That's when it would have been pristine. That's when you're unapproachable at that point.
I'm always impressed with celebrities that of his stature. And, like at one time me and Daniel were talking about, like, he was probably like Kevin Hart as far as being the most famous and biggest comedian actor at the time in the mid 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling Daniel, like right around Jingle All the Way, like you are the biggest comedian in the world at the time. And then,
I never saw that movie, and I feel like I should this
you
Christmas.
should, yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to see that.
So then I was a little nervous because I was like, I don't know how he's gonna be when he comes in here, because sometimes, like, listen, I understand the deal, like you're traveling around, you're in every different city doing the press tour, and that shit gets old. I understand you're doing every morning show, and you fucking have to sit through the same questions about Jingle All the Way, which by the way I had written down. I didn't ask because it was just such a good interview.
I'm a little proud of the fact that I don't think we hit the normal shit.
No,
I don't think we did.
My
We
favorite
glossed over Shazam a little.
Yeah. But that's a weird. I read interviews about that. He's just like, I don't even know what this is. Like, we're asking him, like, who? He's like, I
sure,
don't know.
I'll do it. College Humor or whatever the fuck it was. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm a comedian. Why wouldn't I do it?
But anyway, so I kind of expected. I was like, maybe he's gonna be over it. He's gonna come in here, and like I said, he was a famous comedian and way bigger than he could be above us and stuff like that. Could not like that at all. 100% cool. In fact, came and sat down. He's like, hey, what? Like asking Dan about all the tech and super nice. Like he talked to us like 15 minutes before we even started, and then we're like, it was great, man.
We couldn't even. Like,
goddamn, on that Adderall today, fast talking.
It was but it was really
I was excited.
It was extremely difficult to get everything even started because he was geeking out about equipment so much that, like, he was like, what kind of cameras are these? Are the Logitechs? He's like, these are the Logitechs that they put on sale. Like, he knew everything that I knew. Like it was kind of like weird, and he was really into it. He's like, "Oh, these are great mics. Is that a cloud lifter? Is that what you use to get the?"
I know the guy that invented that.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
like, what?
I know the man that invented cloud lifters. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? We're trying to get the. If you, have you edited it yet? Probably didn't have time, right?
It's bouncing.
Okay.
It might be done by now.
Because the beginning, I just had to hit record. Like I couldn't even there was no 3, 2, 1. It was like I'm just gonna record, and then whenever we land, we'll start the interview. But anyway,
it was great.
Listen to it.
Stay to the end when he tells us a story about dressing up like a Saudi prince and conning his way to a free private jet ride and dinner. It was great. Listen, it's
we could have.
I
loved
that,
it.
Tom?
We could have done.
I'd have to go
more.
straight.
You'd have to go
like
Justin
Trudeau brown
Yeah,
face.
You'd have to go Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, which is apparently frowned upon now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that Justin Trudeau did. Yeah, he's done what? Are we up to
It's been
8?
at least
8
3.
brown faces now?
Yeah.
I think he's up to
I think
8 brown faces.
It's kind of his hobby.
That's a lot of brown faces.
Is it okay if I'm trying to scam my way into a free jet ride? I feel like that gives me a little bit of a pass.
A little more than, doing an Arabian Nights dance.
Yeah, and you're also not sort of in charge of an entire country. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're good.
I think people
Think
look at me
you're
and they're
all right.
like, he's done brown faces.
Yeah, you are certified brown. Yeah.
Well, you are friends with Seth.
yeah. Which he said that has done. Anyway.
We have another guest that's supposed to be calling the show momentarily.
Yeah, she should have been calling us now.
Luenell, which we wanted to do her in the Friday Free Show because, not do her, but I mean, I would.
Hey, now.
I'm not going to turn that down. I bet that's better than Slinky Dog Coaster. I bet that's good.
So while we wait for her, I will tell you guys about our 10-year anniversary coming up October 5th. It's going to be on Wall Street. We'll be sending out the BDM email soon. It's just we've been crazy busy. But all BDMs are going to get this private party, including we've got White Claw has given us, and Bart Merrick has helped paid for 1,200 free White Claw that were given out to BDMs. We got a gift bag.
It started at 500, and then you guys took it to 750, then 1,000, and then they're like, well, why don't we just make it a solid, about a 1,250? And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, so the first
Fucking
2
stupid, but
BDMs will get a gift bag, including the 2 free White Claw drink tickets in there. We've got, Bart Merrick coasters, Tom and Dan. We got a ton of at-home floor store.
The magnets. So we did that new tactical logo. Shout
Yeah.
out to Tactical Brewing right down the street. It's they're golden, right? They're like golden black. So it's definitely going to be the most coveted and probably the most likely stolen magnet we've ever had. And so if you want to get one of those, they're beautiful. They came in, I think, yesterday.
Fairville is doing a White Claw koozie.
Yes.
We got another free koozie, an event koozie. Gringos is throwing in 1 free double D to the first 500 people, BDMs that go.
It's a party pack.
Well, yeah,
White Claw
EMS,
tacos.
Yeah. We're getting ABC,
Car wash,
one of our sponsors,
ABC,
is donating coupon in each of the gift bags. So anyway, then we've got me and Daniel are kind of doing a little tribute to our show on stage from 8 to 9, where we're bringing in some familiar guests that have been through the show throughout the past 10 years. And we got one surprise guest that just confirmed that he's going to be a part of it.
He's flying back?
No,
you motherfucker.
Listen, I'm throwing you a bone by giving you the news, and this is how you treat me. I'm joking. So anyway, there's and then we got the mood designers that have put together a custom, basically a tribute to the past 10 years.
Yeah,
where we
music from the decade, man. Every year gets
I'm
a little.
excited for that.
Yeah, every year gets a little bit of attention, and every year you're going to have not only music from that particular year, starting from 2009.
Yeah.
Moving on, I'm glad you helped me with that because I was like, we have been doing this a long time, and then also not only the music but pictures from all the different events. And by pictures, I mean pictures. Sorry, I'm Southern.
So as the music goes from year to year, for 2009, we got pictures that we're going to have this big screen from Orlando bands that's a giant projector that's going to project pictures of that year that correlates to the year of music the mood designers playing from 2009 to 19.
It's perfect for being Stony Baloney.
Yeah. So lots of stuff, all free. and it's
Grady
at,
Seasons in our
Wall Street.
Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. We're not putting the taco in the bag or giving you a coupon for the taco.
You know what?
That's
Fair point.
fair point, Grady.
Yes.
You win. You are Twitch chatter of the day.
And
Taco in the bag with the White Claws on top.
Yeah.
But not in the can, poured.
Poured it on top of the taco. Yeah.
At Gringo's last night.
Damn it! You are the sneakiest gringo eater, and Andrea.
I was downtown.
Andrea's been trying to go like super clean, so none of that stuff. Even though it's my favorite stuff, none of that stuff's on the table. And we had curriculum night last night at the school.
And I want to thank all our sponsors for our 10-year Streamline Mortgage Solutions. ABC, Fine Wine and Spirits,
Yes, sir.
and Sports Subaru are all helping us put this all together because there's a lot of expenses, and we just want to put on the best 10-year anniversary party for you guys. So, again, it's October 5th, and it's free, so just show up.
Yeah. You going to cry a little, baby?
Oh,
No. I've been talking a lot this morning.
Show up.
I know. So
We can jump to something
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't
bail
know
on it if we
what's
have to.
happening.
well, I will tell.
It's
okay.
all good. I wouldn't worry about it. I never count on when we have big guests that need to do something. I never really get my hopes up because, man, they're busy. You know, I get it. It's fucking Friday.
I will. So on the BDM show this week, if you're not a BDM, I'll tell you real quick. I started telling the story about how I was invited to give, I guess, a presentation or be there for a presentation for
People
Rollins
have been
College.
waiting. People have been
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
to hear what went on with Gambling Tom Van
Yeah.
and Dante the Smoothie Boy.
So just to give you the
Y'all
background.
been bothering me all week about this.
I know.
I've been getting
As if
texts.
I have any power over when you're going to tell the story.
I've been getting texts. I've been getting email. It's arguably the most
Posts in the group.
anticipated summer story.
Listen.
People are more excited for this
no.
than Coming to America
It's
2.
Salacious summer story.
Yeah, everybody wants to hear what happened.
So I've been going to Planet Smoothie every single morning because I'm trying to, in an effort to lose weight, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to drink the same smoothie every day. I have this unique ability to just eat the same thing every day and not get bored of it. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just, So
Fuck.
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 The smoothie that I eat every day was suggested to me by Dante, a person that worked at Planet Smoothie at the time. He doesn't work there anymore. And then every morning I'd get, because it was a daily thing, he'd make me my smoothie, and then we'd talk
You
sports.
know a lot about Dante.
No, I don't know.
I find it a little weird that you'd say Dante and you'd be like, he doesn't work there anymore. Like, we didn't need to know that, did we?
Well,
You know a lot of details about this Dante.
anyway,
You and I spend a lot of time together. Maybe I'm a little jealous.
So he ended up
I want to
sending
be your Dante.
Daniel an
Aw.
email asking for my information. Then he sent me an email and said he's doing this presentation about sports gambling in his entrepreneur class in Rollins College, and he needs a quote-unquote professional, or at least someone that knows about the industry, to be the professional, because apparently in this class you come up with a business idea, then you get a professional from the industry to go over the business idea and ask him about questions, in front of the class or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. First I say yes to everything because I can't say no. And then second, I like sports gambling. I know enough about this topic. I could bullshit. And then, fast forward, then on Sunday night, and the presentation was on Monday. Sunday night, he's like, here's a list of questions. And every question, I had no idea. I was like, it was all about the mutual fund.
About mutual fund sports betting, right?
It was about this this business within the sports betting industry. It's basically a mutual fund for sports bettors. And anyway, I had no idea. I was like, I don't know about that.
I've never heard of that either.
I don't know what fucking lines are and what a teaser is, but I don't know about the business, the intricate. And by the way, it was intricate details about do you think a low cost entry mutual fund in sports betting would work? Business, it was I don't know. I don't know.
What I pictured is Michael Scott in the office going up and presenting in Ryan's business school class,
about paper,
bringing all the candy bars and
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that
I'm
one.
throwing $100,000 out of candy bar at some nerd that hits his glasses, and it wasn't far from that.
I want to know what happened.
my
Okay,
God.
so well, first off, Well, okay.
Or do you want me to? I made you something. Do you want me to play what I made
so
you?
I think you should.
So now I haven't heard this, but
Is this gonna fuck everything up?
I don't know. It may. In fact, Daniel. Okay, Daniel made me text Dante, and then because he's like ask if
you
this
had a little bit of a freak out because I think you think I'm gonna ruin your relationship.
No.
Your friendship. I'll
No,
keep it
I didn't
cool.
ask, oh, then you use his real name. I was like, what is it? And then I text him. I'm like, hey, there's this song that Daniel made. I don't know. I don't know what's in it. And he's like, okay. He's like, that's fine. But I have no idea. Well, I didn't know what I was supposed to tell him. You're like, there's a lot of gay things. I was like, do I text him that?
No. Look,
do I text him there's a lot of gay things?
If I'm going to do a song or anything, it's only going to be based on facts. I'm not going to do...
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, here. You want to hear it? And then I'll let you
That's
judge.
the most bullshit thing I've ever heard.
Here. I only do fact songs. I'm going to play
Fact
this one.
songs.
Okay. So I'll let Sam judge then.
Okay.
Here. Tell me. Tell me. Whoa. Yabadoo. Dante, the smoothie boy. Hold your banana. Let's substitute for kale now, baby. Tell me this week's football picks. Giving me extra peanut butter. Make it nice and thick now, baby. Right? Dante, where do you watch the games? I like a venue more intimate than sports bars, baby. Here's my address. Bring a change of clothes. Gets hot outside when you're hanging with bros now, baby. Dante, my smoothie boy. Dante, my smoothie boy. I'll come to your classroom. Tell your classmates why I gamble. Lies keep falling, turds keep falling out my mouth. Will they recognize me as a big-time podcaster in Orlando? Credibility spirals, you know it spirals down. Best part here. Tell me! Tell me! I love Bovada, also like Bet Now, and sometimes I use Bet Online also too. Then there's sports betting and bookmaker.eu, and don't forget about GT Bets, that one's good. GT Bets is
I
solid.
love Bovada, I like it a lot, and sometimes I win, but most of the time I lose. Yabadoo.
That's your new catchphrase, by the way.
Yabadoo, Dante, I love you.
Oh, that was great.
Yabadoo. Right?
Listen, I don't know.
You know what? You didn't
I don't know
deserve
this
that.
guy well enough to be writing some parody songs about
The Adventures of Dante and Yabadoo. That's your new name. Oh, wow. We got more. Whoa, tactical hat. For the okay, I gotta write one of those every fucking week. Then apparently, I gotta write a gay song about you.
By the way, when you
Yabadoo.
sing using my voice, it's
goofy.
Yeah, it goes into goofy, and that's all I can hear.
Gosh, Yabadoo.
Okay, so anyway,
Is that exactly what happened? Is that pretty close?
well, I will tell you that. So I couldn't. When I told him, I was like, I don't know anything about this. Then he was like, yeah, no, fine. I think you'll be fine. I told the teacher, you have the BDM gambling page. I'm like, well, it's not really anything. It's not a
That's
business.
a bunch of idiots losing their money.
Yeah, and I talked to those guys. No one knows nothing about gambling.
knows anything.
I'm in that group. How dare you? I won last week.
Yeah, it's Chris Fisher and a bunch of cronies that don't know anything, including me. I don't know nothing either.
You're showing your age. Nobody says
I fucking
crony.
I want to take New England minus 23. I'm like, the best bet. I'm like, no,
There's Chris
stupid.
Fisher and a bunch of scofflaws in there.
Anyway.
Bunch of ne'er-do-wells.
So he's like, it'll be fine. So going back to Sinbad and the ultimate confidence, I have a little bit of that. And I'm like, I can do this. So first he tells me, he's like, just park at the International Diamond Center. And then just why you, and I'm like,
Are you
going to get towed
everybody
there?
wants to be a Takori girl, from what I hear.
And he's like-
Every woman wants to be every girl wants to be a Takori girl.
And he's like, no, all the students park there. It's fine. I'm like, I don't know.
They're gonna tow you, yeah.
So
And next thing you
Sketchy
know,
right
you're
off the
sitting
bat.
over at BurgerFi waiting for a ride home
So-
from an Uber.
So I see him and he's like, all right, follow me. He's like, so I go and walk into Rollins and he's like,
Does he
all
look different outside of his uniform?
right.
Is he cuter?
Yeah, did you recognize him at all? Were you like, you've grown? You're so much more muscular.
And
Yabadoo.
so why does it turn into this?
I don't know. I don't even know.
I don't even
even
explain it
know
to
where
him. I was
got-
like, they wrote a song about you. It made me gay.
Well, about
How do you text
not
someone
about
that?
him.
I don't know this guy.
No,
Okay,
he's hanging out with bros.
if you
It's
want to deep
fine.
dive it, it's more about you. The vision that I had in my head when I wrote it was you kind of staring through the Planet Smoothie window at him while he makes it. It's really nothing about him. It's more about
adore
your.
I know.
It's almost like it was loosely based off of Rod
Ooh,
Stewart's
Good question. Did
infatuation.
you hug each other when you greeted
No,
each
I
other?
don't even know.
How about a
High five?
How about a
Yeah,
Hercules? The Adventures of Hercules fist bump.
No, I gave him the typical bro where we grab each other's forearms.
Yeah, you give him
The Arnold.
Yeah, that's called the 300. You know, like one of your soldiers.
Yeah. So we go.
You give him the bro.
He takes me
the
in
forearm bro hand.
in the. By the way, as soon as I walk in the college building, like into the hallway with a bunch of classes, I realized
you
I'm
felt
like,
like a
I
Rodney
should not be here.
Dangerfield's back to school.
I was like, oh, shit got real, and I should not be here, and I should not have agreed to do this. So he's like, all right, someone's giving the presentation now, but we can go sit in the back of the classroom or whatever. So he opens the door, by the way, which in the middle of the presentation, everybody turns around and looks. I'm like,
Oh my god. It's already embarrassing.
So I go and sit down in the back, and then they apparently it's one of those like he's there with his other group, right? So it's the group of other like 4 other dudes.
Wait a minute, this is a group project?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wasn't
he
it-
fucked his group.
I know.
That's fucked up. I'd be
saw-
pissed if I was in
Yeah.
that group.
So
Did you introduce yourself to the bros?
What were you wearing, by the way?
It was.
I hope you were dressed in a
my wife-
full Miami Dolphins football uniform. Like a helmet.
Face paint.
And they're like, "What is that?" Yeah. Now I will tell you,
But the old logo, not the new one.
this is how I screwed up because
I'm gonna fucking throw up. The things that you get into
I
can't
know.
be fucking real, dude.
now
You can't say I don't know. You know exactly how because you
I'm gonna
said yes
throw up.
to this.
I
It doesn't even. Sam, does this sound real?
do you
No,
doesn't sound
this
real.
whole life is a lie.
do you know the you know how like you know they I don't know if they still do this, but it's like take your dad to work day and
Yeah.
You
they-
mean take your son to work?
no
No,
like your dad comes into your
and
school
no, it's
and-
usually a presentation
Oh, so
of
it's
like
not-
career day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
career
What you're
day.
You're
thinking
not
of.
taking
Yeah.
your dad to
Well,
work.
I know. I'm
Take your
saying
dad
to
to
school.
work
I mean.
day.
But and then you know how there's always that like the accountant dad, and then the jet the
There's
fighter
an
jet
astronaut
pilot
dad, and then there's insurance salesman
Yeah, yeah.
dad.
Well, I kind of felt like that because I'm sitting there, and then the person that they're talking to is like a professional golfer. So, and he's right like Titleist shirt, and
Let me guess, and I'm being serious. Did he work for Golf Channel?
something.
Yeah,
Probably.
I bet he worked for
But-
Golf Channel. That
but-
shit's exploded, dude.
So-
It's so huge.
So the group before,
And you're in like Daisy Dukes? What are you wearing?
I had chubby shorts and my normal
Rollins
Wait,
presentation?
7s or 5s?
a billowy
7s
polo.
or 5s?
The
Please tell me you weren't wearing 5s.
5s. Oh yeah.
Fives? Oh, yeah.
Short 5s, and then my wife.
Dude, come
Short
on.
5s,
That's
Yabadoo.
against dress code at Rollins.
My
These
wife
are my Yabadoo 5.
My wife hasn't done laundry in a while, so all I had is a billowy
Loads for loads, bro.
XL polo.
Oh, let me. It's 5 inch or 7 inches. What we're referencing the size of the shorts.
3.5
The
foot
inseam, yeah.
wide.
So you're wearing a billowy
You look like
food
SpongeBob
polo.
SquarePants.
And
Tiny Dukes, and so
The
sandals.
fuck?
By
What
the
was
way,
Dante wearing? Did he look presentable?
yeah,
Of course
like,
he did.
Everybody is wearing this is a private university.
Yeah,
like
I
everybody
know.
there was like I forgot. I'm like again. I'm thinking this is like a middle school project. I'm like, hey kids, you want to learn about snakes? But this is not.
Don't point your dick out.
Don't ever go to a middle school and walk into
Don't
class
ever say
and
that.
go, hi, kids. You want to learn about snakes?
I mean, like the wildlife. You know,
It doesn't matter. Just don't say that at middle schools.
So,
Jesus Christ, you are a
The
mess.
irony that you were actually dressed like Steve Irwin.
I'm like, wait a minute. So now,
shit.
now a couple things I noticed while the professional golfer is giving his presentation, and they're like, so how it works is the group sat in the front, and then they asked the professional who's standing at a podium.
Well, what were his questions?
The group had this invention about some golf ball that's
They had an invention, and then and Dante's group had you.
like a GPS
Oh,
golf
man.
ball that you could find through your smartphone.
Well,
or
that's
whatever.
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I know, and I'm getting nervous because I'm like, goddamn, I'm running it down like that's a good idea.
we have created, and I only had enough time to make 2 of these GPS-controlled golf balls.
Yeah.
Next up is Yabadoo.
Bringing Tom is the equivalent of bringing a bartender from Top Golf.
Yeah, and then so the professional was like, oh yeah, I could definitely see this. He's like, you know what? I'll put you in contact with some Titleist people because you got the good. And then everyone's clapping. I'm like, shit, that's a good idea.
Standing ovation.
So I start going back. I'm like, fuck, I got to read my questions again because I forgot what they even
I'm
were.
a GPS-controlled dumbass.
Also,
That's how I got here.
I'm looking around the class, and it's not like it was back. I felt like an old man because the last time I was in college was like 04. And,
You don't look old, though, thankfully.
and by the way, I was the youngest, or I'm not. I was the oldest person there, including the professor, who was younger than me.
That'll freak you out.
And I was like, "What is this?" I'm like,
Dumb old man showed up. Oh.
I want all of my professors to look like Robin Williams from Good Will Hunting.
Luenell's calling.
Oh, Luenell's calling?
Oh,
Pick it up live?
I'll finish.
Oh, no, you go ahead and grab it. And then, again, we have Luenell calling. We'll pause the story.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened.
And, oh, man, this is, I have tears in my eyes. Is she on line 1 or 2?
1.
Oh, 1. Okay, cool. I like being able to do this. And line 1?
Yeah.
All right. We love her so much, and she's been up to a lot, ladies and gentlemen, making her first phone appearance on our show. It's our good friend Luenell. What's going on, Luenell?
I know. Normally, I'm there with you guys.
I know we miss you, Luenell.
I know I miss you too, but until my clone gets ready, I can only be in one place at one time still.
Hey, we did. Guess who came in we had Sinbad in this week.
Oh, yes. Good old Sinbad.
Yeah, we haven't talked to him in a minute, and man, he told
Super
us
nice guy.
He's super nice. Told us some crazy stories. What have you been up to other than being in, I guess, both of Eddie Murphy's new movies?
Well, I'm a Las Vegas baby now. I don't know if you've heard that I have a residency at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club in the Link Promenade down there in Vegas every Sunday night at 10 p.m.
That's awesome.
It's been going amazing. Right, I was supposed to be done. I've been there a couple of months, and I was supposed to be done at the end of this month. But as it turns out, they've extended my residency until the beginning of January. So I'll be in Las Vegas, everybody, all through the holiday. Viva Las Vegas.
That's
awesome,
awesome.
Luenell.
Congratulations. If there's anybody we know that deserves it, it's certainly you, my dear.
And Luenell, is that like
Well, God bless.
Is that the sweetest gig for a comedian as far as getting a residency where you just don't have to do the travel and you can like, all right, every Sunday I'm going to be here, and is that good for you? Do you like not traveling around so much?
Well, I absolutely still travel. I don't know where you got that from because I have to fly. I either drive or fly when I'm in L.A. to Vegas every Sunday. But normally I'm on the road, and I probably, let's say I do Chicago. If I do Chicago Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then I fly to Vegas on Sunday. then I fly home on Monday. Then I go someplace on Wednesday,
Wow.
and then I do that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then I fly to Vegas on Sunday. Then I fly home on Monday. So it's still a lot of travel for me. But as far as it being a sweet gig, it's a very sweet gig. Jimmy Kimmel is a great guy. I'll be on his show on October 28th to promote one of the Eddie. Yeah, look for me on Kimmel on the 28th. Promoting one of the Eddie Murphy movies, the movie Dolomite Is My Name, which is going to be on Netflix in October as well. And, Jimmy's Club is only 6 months old. I've been there for like 3 months already. And it's the first residency he's had at his brand new club. And for it to be a woman, and for it to be a black woman, and for it to be an older black woman, he did a really, really, really great thing, and we've been selling really good, selling out. I don't know. I know that my face is more popular than my name. More people know my face than my name, so they see my face out there and come on in. So
I think Luenell, like honestly, I don't want you to sell yourself short. I think besides doing a good thing, maybe he just did a smart thing because he knows you're fucking funny. And like every time we've had you in, our listeners gravitate to you probably more than most comedians because you're raw, you tell it like it is, you take risks, and you're hilariously funny. So I don't know. I mean, I think he just knew it would work.
Well, we will find out. That's why I urge everybody to watch Kimmel on the 28th because I haven't even met him yet. Whoa. I will be meeting him live on the air for the first time.
That's awesome.
So, we will find out what his thought process was, won't we, when I get to hear him up in person. But it is a sweet gig now. They give you everything that you want. You really have to pace yourself in Vegas because people go like, oh, don't you want to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday? I'm like, hell no. One day in Vegas is like 2 weeks anyplace.
Yeah.
And every time I leave Vegas on Monday, I'm like, oh, God, help me, please, just get me on the plane. And I quit drinking. I quit drinking every Monday, and I fall off the wagon every Sunday.
And Luenell, I apologize.
I think I do that too.
I assumed that you got the residency because you're doing so much with the new movies and everything coming out. I was like, oh, maybe you got the residency that way you could focus on but you're just doing everything, which I know how much energy you have, but it's insane that you work this much, Luenell. Like with how many projects you have going on right now coming up, and the fact that you're still it's crazy.
Right.
Like Luenell,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I haven't slowed down at all. We just have incorporated the 1 day a week residency in with everything else I'm doing. And I really don't have that much energy. I have to give a lot of credit to the edibles that I eat on a daily.
Yeah, that's another thing. We like the marijuana as well. Luenell, like I watched the trailer for My Name Is Dolomite, and I think when you were in here, I even talked to you a little bit about I was a weirdo white kid growing up collecting Rudy Ray Moore like VCR tapes. I collected like
that's crazy.
Dolomite, Avenging Disco Godfather, a lot of that stuff that people the black exploitation stuff. Do they cover much? And I don't know how much you can say or you can't say, but do they cover a little bit about Rudy's struggle with possibly being gay in the movie?
They don't talk about that, but that is a conversation.
Yeah, see, I think that's good because you got to think at the time too. You know what I mean? You got to. And you got to also.
They didn't even say that. They didn't even say that back then.
Yeah, it wasn't a conversation.
The only reason I know it is because I did. The only reason I know it is because I did work with him personally.
Oh, wow.
About 5 times, maybe about 15 years ago, back in Seattle and Portland area. So, I know, what it is, but they didn't really cover that. I don't really know if, because they may have made some adjustments in the script that I'm not aware of.
Sure.
So I haven't seen it. Like my management has seen it, and it premiered at the Toronto Film Festival last weekend, I think it was, and everybody saw it there. So when the premiere comes next Saturday, this a week from tomorrow, I'll be seeing it for the first time. So I'll have maybe I'll come back on and I'll give you some spoiler alerts. Or whatever, like.
Totally. Did you see the interview with Louis Anderson talking about coming to America too?
Yes, I did.
Do you agree? Do you think this is going to just be the biggest thing in the world?
Well, let me just say, and this is on my with my hand on my heart.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I've done a lot of film and television in my career, and this is probably the best script I've ever read in my life.
God damn.
It is not a reboot or a do-over. It is a sequel. So everybody from the original movie is back, from Louis Anderson to, Arsenio, Eddie, of course,
sure.
John Amos. Then they have new people like myself and Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
And the Walking Miracle. I call him the Walking Miracle because Tracy has told me about the accident, and what he told me, it would bring you to your knees sobbing. It's a miracle that he's working and has his mind, because he definitely has no reason to be alive other than the grace of God. But it's the funnest set ever. It's happiness every day. We have Ruth Carter, the Oscar winner for wardrobe that won the Oscar for Black Panther.
Yeah.
She did Dolomite and is doing Coming to America.
Wow, man.
Everything is back. McDowell's is back. John Amos is back. It's Soul Glow.
I love it.
The guy who said, "She's my queen," he's back. Everybody's back. And it's just the happiest. It's like falling into the television, because you don't watch Coming to America and think that they're ever going to remake one, and you don't watch it and think you're ever going to be there.
Yeah, it's
so
iconic.
This is like a dream come true. Dream come true.
I was going to ask you that, Luenell. Was everybody kind of talking about or aware of the fact that, making a sequel to such an iconic movie,
it's so
there's got to be a
iconic.
lot of pressure, or was everybody just happy to be, because everybody came back? I assume it's because as soon as Eddie Murphy's in, that everybody's in, and was everybody was the feeling of pressure there, or was everybody just having fun, and that's why Louis Anderson said, this is going to be great?
There's absolutely no pressure, because the script, the two guys who wrote the script, 2 or 3, and Eddie, of course, they didn't just sit down and write this today. They've been working on this for some time to get it right, to make all the I's be dotted and the T's be crossed, and to make all the any loose ends from last time come into this time. In this sequel, Prince Hakeem has been married for 20 years to his love of his life, Lisa. They have children. It's like, going on from there. What has, everybody been doing? What's going on? James Earl Jones is older, and, he has some things he has to tell Prince Hakeem on his deathbed. It's really sweet and adorable and funny as hell. That damn Arsenio Hall, I tell you the truth, he is a lunatic. He does Randy Watson, the original mic drop. Boom, sexual chocolate. It's all coming together.
Wow.
You're gonna love it.
I'm
it's
stoked.
gonna be a Christmas present for everybody next year, because I think it comes out December 2020.
Oh, I can't
Awesome.
wait. I cannot
Isn't
wait.
Rick Ross in it too?
Yeah.
He is. Actually, we use Rick Ross's house, which used to be Evander Holyfield's house. If you want to call it a house, let's call it an estate, because we use that for the palace in Zamunda, and Rick Ross has the largest, single-owned property in Atlanta and the largest swimming pool in the United States. So take that, Tyler Perry.
What?
Oh, Rick.
Luenell, your life is the most. You live the most insane life, and the fact that you come to our studio and you sit down, and then you got Tom all fucked up on weed last time you were here. You smoked him out, and he.
Thank you.
And this
That's my goal.
This motherfucker couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. He sat on the couch.
When people come to my house, there's a thing, and that's crazy, because I live such a double life. Like, I live in. I'm on the lot. I'm one of the only black women. I think Marsha Warfield is the other one. I'm the only black woman on the Las Vegas Strip right now doing comedy. I'm on the road with a successful comedy tour of my own, the Luenell Easily Annoyed comedy tour, because I am easily annoyed by stuff. And then I'm doing these movies and lots of television, yet I live 2 blocks away from the biggest murder in the last 20 years, and that was the assassination of Nipsey Hussle, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
so
so
that
sad.
was crazy. Yeah, that was horrible. It remains horrible in my community. But the other thing about getting you messed up is that when everybody comes to my house, I throw an edible in their mouth. I'm like, here, taste this, because it's so funny. It's not like I'm giving you an LSD pill. You know, it's not ecstasy. It's just an edible. And then it's so funny to me. So there's a whole thing in L.A. about don't eat anything that Luenell or Laura Hayes, my girl Laura Hayes, who was in the Queen's Sky, don't eat anything Luenell or Laura Hayes gives you because you'll be high as giraffe pussy.
Hold on, Rick Ross has the biggest swimming pool in the United States. That's all I ever hear.
You listen, while you're there, you should Google it. Google Rick Ross's estate, and
What?
you will see what I'm talking about.
Oh, how big is the swimming pool?
It's bananas. Well, it's the big. I don't know. I don't know how big. I haven't seen it yet. I'll go there when I go back to finish filming. But it's pretty damn big. It's bigger than what I can swim in because I'm only going up to 7 feet anyway.
It looks like a resort pool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? See?
Wow.
So that is the palace in Zamunda.
Well,
That's awesome.
Well, Luenell, we love you. Where can people, if we want our listeners right now to get some Luenell in their life, what would you say? Do you want them to go to Vegas? Is there any
Watch Kimmel, of course.
Yeah, Kimmel, obviously.
Well, first thing they should do is follow me on Instagram. Go on my DMs and tell me that they heard me on your show.
All right. Yeah,
I
please
will definitely write back. And my Instagram is at Luenell, at Luenell, at Luenell. They can go there. If they want to follow me on Facebook, my fan page is The Official Luenell. My website where you can buy T-shirts or look at content or check out my podcast or anything like that is heyluenell.com, HeyLuenell.com. And I don't have a Twitter because some little fucks in Canada hacked me.
I remember that.
And then one of the hacker's friends was a fan of mine, snitched on him, told me everything about him, gave me information. I told Twitter, and Twitter didn't help me worth a damn to get my Twitter back. They didn't do anything to help me. So if you're talking to me on Twitter, you're not talking to me. You're talking to some white boys in Canada.
There you go.
All right.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Because I don't even have a Twitter. I would like Twitter to get it back, but they have not helped me at all. So I don't have a Twitter.
Maybe we can. I don't know.
Do something. Get
start a
Luenell's Twitter
campaign
back.
of some sort. Well, Luenell, we love you.
I tell everybody, so maybe Twitter will get the message, but they haven't got the message yet. They haven't reached out to me. But in the meantime, good old Instagram and Facebook ain't never let me down. And I told you I will write back if they tell me that they heard me on your show. But I would definitely try to plan a trip to Vegas. And that goes for you, too. You guys got to come to Vegas and check me out. Yo, do a remote.
I know.
Yeah, we need to do it. We still want to, because I don't know if the offer still stands, but we still want to come to your birthday bash.
Yeah. You're doing it again?
Well, you know, we were just talking about that the other day, and I think I might have it in Las Vegas. So if you can handle it, honey.
Oh, that's a.
I know.
I don't know.
That's a hangover scenario.
Gotta be a lot of chicks, lot of boobs, lot of drinks, a lot of weed. It's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like next morning I'm like, did I just poop out Luenell's vape pen?
you gotta stay over. You're gonna have to do it remote because I doubt that you'll be able to make the plane.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell the joke that the plane flight into Las Vegas is amazing and fun and funny, and they're singing and joking. But that plane flight out of Vegas is like a tomb, honey.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Yeah, I've done it before. Well, we love you. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you on Kimmel coming up very, very soon.
Yes, you guys are awesome. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time. I got a new edible. I'm going to try it out on you guys.
All right, deal. We'll do the whole show. High as fuck.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, Mama. We'll talk to you soon. Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
See ya.
honey.
She's so sweet.
I love
me some Luenell.
I just slid into her DMs.
We're having everybody. That stuff helps us seriously.
It does.
Yeah,
if you ever want to know how you can help us, when Luenell says, "Hey, shoot me a direct message and I'll write you back," first of all, she will. I guarantee it. Second, she might. Yeah,
but
she might throw you an edible. I don't know.
And
She's crazy. I love her.
It also tells her that she's not wasting her time by doing these calls because
talking to two nerd dads.
We might actually. This is no bullshit. If you guys help us out by DMing her and telling her, "Hey, I like hearing you," you can help us out because we might actually go to her birthday party. We've been invited.
God, what is it with we meet these super famous people and they're fucking cool. Like Luenell is coming to America too. What the fuck?
Okay, hold on a second.
Why is she even calling us?
I don't know.
I was going to ask her, and we'll get back to Dante the smoothie boy. You want to take a break and then get back to it?
Yeah.
But I'm going to bring up an observation I don't fully understand, but I do think it has maybe something to do with perseverance through racial prejudice. Like when we meet these older, and I hate even saying this, but hey, it's the fucking world we live in. But when we meet these older black comedians, they have had to work so fucking hard that when they finally make it, they're like, it's almost like they're so good at it because people shit on them so much. Do you feel that too?
Yeah, the amount of shit they had to go through,
Correct.
and barriers they had to break through or whatever, and in a harder time,
Correct.
especially shit. I guess 10 years ago was a lot different than it is now.
Correct.
Like a decade makes a lot of difference. And some of these people, like Sinbad, Luenell, they started 30 years ago, a long time ago, back when shit was bad.
Maybe even more than 30.
And you're right. And when they come out at the other end, they're like, "Fuck it, I've seen everything. I've gone through all this shit."
So when you talk to your boy, you talk about your sons in grit. I'm like,
I know.
No,
there's no way.
They're not.
What are they gonna?
You needed to be a 1968. 72 black man or woman have America and the world shit on you. In order,
get through that,
and then get through that, and then when you get to that, then you're in Coming to America too. You're in. Then Kimmel is fucking booking you as a resident. But it's inspiring to me when we meet these people because to me it's just like it makes me think, man. When we all get down on our shit and we're like, "Oh, this sucks," and and it's like, "Nah, man, this sucks." I'm a fucking white man podcaster. Really? Does this suck? Nothing fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
And just going back to
count your fucking blessings.
If you listen to the Sinbad interview, which should be up when you hear this, but it's just the hard work. Like if you just keep working, put your head down, work, and you'll get there.
Now, do you want to continue?
I'll continue for a second because there's not that much to the story, and I want to reset when we get back.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, I'm sitting there. The golfer finishes his presentation, so it's like, oh fuck, it's I'm nervous, like I'm like back in high school giving a presentation in front of the class. By the way, also in 2019, everybody's on their phone in class. And a laptop in front of the. Everybody had a laptop, and then they're on their phone looking at it. And the entire class is looking at their smartphone with a laptop open.
Are they just like surfing Facebook?
I have no idea. And I'm like, teacher, fine with it.
That's right. You don't have your readers. You couldn't see what they were doing on their phones.
I left my phone in my truck because I thought that was like the thing. It's phone crazy.
I'm kind of impressed.
No, he needs to get towed, and then he doesn't have his cell phone.
I do the wrong end.
Pop left his phone in his truck.
I did feel like an old. I was like, "Where's the old bearded professor yelling like, get off your phone?" And like, no, apparently it's just on your phone listening.
That makes me feel really old because I can remember being yelled at for having my phone out. In class at UCF. So I mean, when you said 10 years isn't that long ago, but the differences are a lot. You're correct.
So
teachers on their phone.
You fucking scroll, bumble.
And like
Tinder.
I said, the professor is younger than I am, I'm virtually certain.
So is Dante and the bros, are they at all worried? Or are they still in
Dante's
confidence?
not, but
because he's a cool dude.
His partners, I saw it in their face. As soon as they shook my hand and like thanked me for coming, I saw them like look at me and be like, "What did you do, bro? Like, who is this bum?" Because like the other presenter, like
who's
the golf guy
with the 5 inches on, bro?
Like it might as well have been like the astronaut has holding his helmet in the suit. You know, like everybody, you can tell like, oh, that guy's this guy's this. I'm just fucking baggy polo, shorts. Like I should be dressed like a professional gambler.
What is that?
I don't know.
You wear loudmouth golf pants, a fucking jazzy shirt, faux mohawk, and those sunglasses, those Oakleys that go over your head.
I got like
not the side.
Fake tits that they're from some bed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ice cream cone You need a Gucci Mane ice cream cone tattoo on your face.
Or like a rhinestone, like a Vegas
rhinestones.
Like Jimmy the Heart.
Jimmy Hart, not Jimmy the Heart.
I don't know your nerd wrestling shit.
Jimmy the Heart.
Well, he looks like
Jimmy Hart wears fucking airbrush jackets. Is that what you wanted to wear? A fucking airbrush jacket?
Yes.
Well, it looks more.
Now wait a minute. I'll write 5 songs if you'll wear a fucking airbrush jacket to Rollins.
BDM gambling group jacket.
Ooh,
Airbrush jacket.
I'm getting him one. What size are you?
Anyways, I get up there and then I'm like, by the way, like
We're gonna do GoFundMe for a white Jimmy Hart airbrush jacket.
I'm like, oh, thank you, sir. Like I handshake the professor or the whatever, and then I get in. And
how did they introduce you?
Yeah.
I want to know.
No, I introduced myself because I was like, what do I do?
Well, how'd you know it was your turn?
Well, they said, the Dante's
Dante and the Bros. You're up next with the 5-incher chuckles over here. Like
And
whatever.
what did they just say? Go ahead, do your thing.
Next up for our presentation. Oh, hold on. It's like in the hall. Like, next up for our presentation, we have Dante and the Bros with Yabadoo.
Yabadoo.
So okay, this is funny. So they did ask me to introduce myself because the professor's like, introduce yourself to the class or what you do or whatever. So I panicked and I said the real thing. I was like, I'm a Tom Van. I'm one half owner of T&D Media. I do podcasts, and I know you guys don't know anything about radio, but it's a radio too.
No, you didn't go into the radio. God damn it.
Well, that's all I know.
In the back, like, Drunky!
No one knew Drunky.
Yeah, too young.
They're like, my dad listen to you.
Too young.
So then I was like, and so Dante, he's like, hey, tell him about the gambling. I'm like, oh, and then I run this gambling.
I'm Tom Van.
I'm telling about podcasts. I'm not here for that. I'm here to be a professional gambling. So Dante's like, the gambling.
Were you
gambling.
blacking out?
Well, I'm nervous. And I was
Because
like,
you do
That's
get
his
nervous.
default. His default.
What were you?
and then I started lying. I was like, I run this very successful gambling Facebook page.
I run a
I
gay
run it.
brothel. What?
I was like, I don't do it. I'm just a part of it. I don't even think I'm a moderator. I don't even understand how to use it.
Dante hands you a smoothie. Is like giving Popeye his spinach.
Yeah, exactly.
So then,
It's
my
like, what have I
God.
done here?
so then I enacted. What?
Also, those people are probably like, who still uses Facebook? Right?
They're like, my mom uses Facebook.
Podcasting. That's so 2006.
My mom uses Facebook. I can talk to her grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The kids don't use Facebook. So anyway, so then I enacted my only superpower, which is I could just talk forever without giving it.
No.
Because that was my only.
Like what you did to the liquor rep on that phone call?
You guys.
What we do or how we started the
I had a sales meeting with a potential sponsor, a liquor sponsor, and for whatever reason, Travis put me on the phone, and then I was like,
talked the guy dead.
and then I just started talking with zero break for
You didn't take a breath.
for
No.
8 minutes straight
You might need to
until
lower your Adderall dosage.
I stopped, and then I thought they hung up.
No, you did. He did the thing where he's like, oh, so basically, that's basically a little bit about T&D Media and how we started the podcast and everything. And hello?
And then
Yabadoo.
it's a conference call. They're on with like their marketing directors,
Yeah.
and they're like, "We're still here."
But then the guy, he said something. I wish I could remember what it was. He was like, well,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
It was like something.
So I did that, which is I literally Dante asked me the first question is like, what do you think about the sports betting mutual funds and our idea and how this will work in the current market? And then I was like, well, just start talking.
Oh my God, you're Dory.
I just started talking
Just
about
keep swimming.
everything I know.
Just keep swimming.
What do you mean about everything you
Like
know?
everything, I just started talking about like the sports
What's up
gambling
with kids
industry.
these days?
I
Am I
started.
right?
I get a little
Start
bit
doing
into
stand-up.
to my normal radio's dying in the podcast.
Oh,
I
no,
don't know why.
not the radio's dying, Screech. That's the worst one.
I know.
That's the one we've heard the most.
I know that's the one that I most practiced.
All right.
What
So-
was Dante's face looking like at this point?
You didn't
I
pepper
blacked
in-
out, and then I
Did you
just
pepper
started.
in any of the, I don't know how new listeners find us?
Yeah.
I did a little bit of that. I brushed on that, and then I.
What about how listening groups are getting tighter and more valuable?
No, yeah, a little bit of that. A little bit of that, and then
Black people don't pee in pools.
Just stay away from that.
God. Don't do black people don't pee in pools.
I know the millennials; they don't like that. I know my audience. That's for the VFW. They love that there. So then I basically talked so much that Dante was like, well, let me skip to the last question because we basically answered all of them. And so
you basically answered every question ever asked ever.
and then I talked far longer than the golf pro and everything. I just talked.
Did at any point the Twitch chat room? Did any point did Gravedigger come up?
No.
All right. Thank you, Tracy. Great question.
I stayed away from Gravedigger. Now I wanted to, believe me. In the back of my mind was always the Gravedigger.
It was loaded, right?
Yeah,
it's loaded.
Gravedigger's always loaded.
Like your mind, I picture your mind.
If anybody wants to hear about it, I'll tell them.
And you might think this is a diss, but it is. Your mind is like a 9-disc CD changer. it's dated technology, but you've got all these different things loaded.
Yeah. It's only that.
Yeah, I mean,
you're
gonna get some Smash Mouth, but if you stick around long enough, Rage Against the Machine will pop up eventually.
Yeah, Wyclef's first album's in there.
Carnival.
Yeah. Not 2 or 3, just the first Carnival. And I can't change any of them because it's already stuck. It's rusted.
There's some Wu-Tang in there.
I've rusted the door shut, and that's all I got.
It's a 9-disc changer.
Yeah. Until one day they'll be like, someone shut this old man up. I'm tired of it.
Dude, I am so tired of laughing today. My God,
anyway,
we were just first segment.
I blacked out, talked for 10 minutes, and until I really believe that
was Dante like
people
waking you up?
People just wanted to hear me shut the fuck up, and so they just started clapping, and the teacher's like, "All right."
They started clapping while he was still talking. Okay.
And then teacher's like, "Okay," and they're like looking at the clock. They're like, "Next up, some other professional." I'm like, "Okay," and then I just left, and never. That's it. Never heard anything.
Did Dante say thank you?
Yeah. He was like,
In fact,
but I don't know.
I asked him
think
this morning, do you want to tie
I don't see how he got a good grade.
No, I thought he sent you a very nice text message saying, like, but I think he used some nice language to you, right? Like, wasn't he like, you fucking killed it, bro? Fist bump.
I think he was trying to just be nice because I don't
Explosion
know.
emoji.
I don't know.
Eggplant
Now
emoji.
I'm just hoping maybe
the
the teacher or professor didn't know anything about the topic either. So that's what I was betting on.
I don't know
anyway.
How would the professor not know the topic? Tom?
Well, I just maybe wasn't well versed in the gambling industry. So whatever I was saying,
you better hope for you and Dante.
Dante definitely got kicked out of the
What if? Oh my God!
Yeah.
What if he got asked to leave Rollins? They're like, you've made a mockery. This is a real fucking institution.
You brought in a homeless
Fred
man.
Rogers graduated from here. I mean, this is a legendary private institution.
Did you pick this homeless man up from the parking lot of ITC?
You brought in
I
you brought in an International Diamond Center bum with his cock hanging out of his 5-inch shorts.
He said, "Who wants to learn about snakes?" Is it opening line?
You brought a homeless man with his cock out, yelling uncontrollably, "Who wants to learn about snakes, kids?" But you know what? Good day. You've been asked to leave.
Yeah. So, by the way, if you want to, bring me in your classroom presentation, I'll do it.
Put it out there.
Whatever the topic is.
$500.
Yeah, I'll start charging. I could just nonstop talk about
it.
anything.
Ruin your project?
Yeah.
I'll pay you for it.
Your truck didn't get towed. You're good.
No, I got back. I did think about that. All right. Let's take a quick break.
That is okay. That's insane. So, by the way, I'll leave you with this. Did anybody else pick up on during that Luenell interview that James Earl Jones dies? I think.
Oh yeah. I did. She started telling
Spoiler
some
alert. Yeah.
Well, she said he's on his deathbed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
which
don't.
Probably
hopefully,
a plot line.
I don't think he stays there the entire movie.
They come to Eddie Murphy pops like, I'm not dead yet. Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
usually, when the character's on their deathbed, they eventually die.
Yeah, they got to have that pivotal moment. Sounds like I don't know. After hearing her talk about it, I'm fucking excited. I think it's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break. The name of the band is Grayscale. The name of the song is What's on Your Mind. We'll be back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Jesus Christ, I got to recover from the first segment. 1-844-TOM-NDAN if you want to call. We'll be right back. Pancakes
No.
to make them fluffier.
I've never
I
heard
wonder
of
if I
it.
can make it like a boozy pancake.
Oh, like a White Claw
That
pancake?
is genius.
No, it might be horrible. I don't. I'm just throwing it out there because there are certain like cakes and like little pies and stuff that if you make them with like fizzy water, it almost makes them lighter or more airy. I'm wondering if I could. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get with Juan, I think, and do a deep dive kitchen White Claw pure kind of thing.
Recipe.
Yeah, and just you have to make some mistakes. You have to break some eggs.
So, Chris, anything going on with BYOCB podcast?
Just churning along. We on our over 4th year now, so Alex just had his baby recently.
That's
so
insane,
They did
dude.
a Horror Nights event. I think
How
it was
long for
last
semantics
weekend.
now? 3 years? 4 years?
A
3
little
years.
over 2.
Okay, so 2 years, 4 years.
Yep.
Wow.
We've
crazy.
done 10. The podcasting community in Orlando is weird, man. There's so many podcasts that have been, like long podcasts that have been going on for a very long time.
Yeah. I think you told me a stat where like out of 750,000 podcasts, there's
This
only
is a-
250,000 that are current, which means
Yeah,
like,
you know
every
that. That
week-
was in the
The
2
feed.
episodes of the feed ago. They mentioned that. Yeah, out of 750,000 like claimed podcasts, only 250,000 of them are active. And by active, you needed to release an episode in the last 90 days. Is that correct?
And the growth was just in the 1 year is like 1/3, excuse me, of the total amount of podcasts all came out in 2018, I want to say.
And we're in a decline right now. Like I think they did July. No, they did June, July, and July is lower than June as far as downloads go. It's lower.
It's because
Like
of the
about-
saturation, right?
About 6% lower for everybody. I don't know. I don't know. I remember hearing the stat yesterday when I was talking to you about it.
It feels like that's because of diluting.
Yeah, it's
everything.
going to
And
change. It's going to
too
ebb and
many.
flow, and there's going to be some elasticity here. It's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be a little weird, but hey, we're all doing it, and I think the key is consistency. But yeah, if you're looking for a new podcast to check out, BYOCB, that is your comedy craft beer podcast, and your main sponsor, your main brewing sponsor is Tactical Brewing.
Yeah,
which
right,
is
right across the street almost.
literally our neighbors, and they have delicious beer.
Yeah, the old Caddyshanks location.
Yeah.
So. All right, Chris, what do we got?
Awesome. I know we've been having a little bit of drama and train wrecks this week, so try to go as light as we could on the news.
How dare you?
You don't have any suicide news that you could laugh
I
at?
don't. I think I
Okay.
pulled out the little person stabbing their boyfriend in the leg. I think I'm going to pull that one out. So, this is coming from the West here. So, women can now legally go topless in Utah, plus 5 other states after a federal ruling. So, there was
Just like walking around the streets?
Yeah, absolutely. You can be in public and be
Dope.
topless.
So they
Go-to show?
is there a law in Florida?
Notice I did not look at Samantha at all.
like
But
so-
I can't go?
You're not invited. Sorry, that would be weird.
Wow.
You can go, but I'll have
No,
to.
I don't wanna go
I'll
now.
have to wear like.
I'm not wanted there.
No, you're wanted there,
well,
Yeah,
but
sounds
only
like it.
but only 10 words.
Okay.
Good.
Deal.
Good callback.
so if you like Samantha, if you
Yeah.
walked outside on the street and just took your top off, and then just stood there, would you eventually get arrested for?
Yeah, and decent exposure.
Yeah, and it could be even more than that if like kids saw you. But it was ridiculous because like kids
Need boobs.
Well, yeah,
they need them more than anybody does,
I-
right? I mean, they're the guys that need them more
Oh,
than
babies,
we do.
not kids.
well,
Well,
but if
can't
kids
be-
Depends on what kind
Can't
of
be
family. Like Maisie's still breastfed, and she's 5.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
It's teeth
Yeah,
crazy.
you like it.
Oh yeah.
He hides in the closet, and videotapes it. It's totally fine.
So in these states
Medical
now, they've,
films.
they've made that legal
It's
for
legal,
women to
yeah,
be topless.
in Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, New Mexico,
Colorado.
Kansas, and Oklahoma.
These are all cold states. Nobody's gonna pull their titties out.
The
there.
lawsuit, I think, stemmed in Fort Collins,
Okay.
Colorado. So there was 2 women, Britt Hoagland and Samantha Six, who sued Fort Collins, saying that being able to take off their shirts in public is their right, and it's a step towards gender equality. It was actually called the hashtag Free the Nipple movement.
Oh, yeah.
Hoagland, who's one of the plaintiffs, said that everyone should be able to be comfortable on a hot day. If that means taking their shirt off, so be it. No matter how you look, you should have the same freedom as the person next to you, and it's also about equality. Addressing small parts of inequality can make it a big difference in how people are treated on a day-to-day basis, and I thought Free the Nipple was just one small step closer to
Okay,
how it should
I'm gonna
be.
go out
Does
on a
anybody
limb.
have a problem with this?
No, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say though that if Samantha and I are outside and we both have on black shirts, she's going to be, just by gender design, more warm up top than I am because I don't have big boobies, right?
Yes.
I mean, and you have a bra on, you got a lot going on. Women I can't disagree with this. I would imagine that my wife is more hot because of just the amount of bullshit she has to
sweat.
wear. Yeah, boob sweat, bra, sports bra, shirt, tiny coat to hide cleavage, whatever, based on your workplace. I kind of agree with this.
Do you think it'll ever become normalized to the point where if I'm standing there, I'm like, it's hot outside, and then Samantha's like, I'm taking my shirt off, that I wouldn't be like, whoa! You know what I'm saying? Like that. I feel like
I mean,
Jesus, get a hold of yourself.
I know.
Lord,
But,
you're a
but
goddamn animal.
No,
man.
no,
Seen
but,
titties before?
yeah, but
You would do that if we
my
all went
wife's
outside and we're walking to
old
public.
titties.
Oh, come on.
I'm not old. Like I'm just saying, old to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's true.
I've seen them.
New
So
New
many
titties
times.
are better,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
matter
yeah.
what they're. Even if they're old titties. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
You see
yeah,
where I'm
yeah.
going with
New to
that?
you. Yeah, yeah.
Even if,
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah,
going
yeah.
walking to Publix and a grandma pulls her titties out, they're
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than my wife's titties because they're new titties.
Yeah.
Even if they're old titties.
So
Gotcha.
Really old titties. Long titties.
guys will always be like,
I'm always into titties. I look at a guy's titties too.
no,
Like if I go to the gym and a guy takes his shirt off in the bathroom, I look at his titties.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Why do guys like flex their pecs and make them dance? That is not attractive to me.
The Thunder Lips.
it's
Yeah,
It's goofy.
it's
You're making your titties dance. What if girls could do that? That'd be fucking weird, right?
Uh-huh.
I saw a guy do that the
Stupid.
other day, and
You
I'm
know
like,
what?
that's not
it's
sexy.
been. I
well,
don't
it's
think
control. It's muscle control. I think it shows a
yeah, but they'll
fitness.
be like doing it
acumen.
and like wink. It's like, ew.
Well, if
a
you
girl
did
had-
it, if
a
you
girl
did
had
it
her
to me
titties
and winked at me, I'd be like,
independently move, that'd be weird.
Yeah, I'd be.
You're
I'd
right.
go, what
It's
Tom did.
stupid. Well, because guys.
No,
don't,
it'd be
they don't know
better.
what the
I'm with
fuck.
Sam. It'd be better if
These guys
girls
don't
did
know
it.
what
Like
to
if
do.
if I'm going to bed and my wife walks in nude and her titties start going boing boing boing, and then she winks at me, I'm gonna be like, all right. Like I'm gonna. But when a guy does it, you're
It's
right.
like cartoonish. I don't know.
What if we made our penis? Because I can make my penis go like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when I
yeah,
have a
yeah,
heart
yeah.
on, I can like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can kegel it up.
You push the
Oh, I
blood
guess
in
some
there.
women can do that. Interesting. I've never seen it.
If you have some pecs, you just flex your pecs and then it bounces them.
Yeah.
It is. I think it's more of a stupid.
Can you do it with your pussy?
What?
Can you make it like? Can you bounce? No, not you.
Can you make it viral?
This sounds like the whitest guy writing a rap song. Tom's like, can you bounce your pussy?
Anyway, so
It's gotta. You can move it, right? Yeah, because sometimes my wife, if I'm in her, will go and tighten it up on it around it. You know
don't talk about it.
why? It's
Don't
a,
say
Yeah.
enter.
man. You know what? Sam and I are the only normal ones here.
Yep.
So now in
This
the
guy, I said, if you went outside, you took your shirt off, his head would fly off. Kaboom!
well, you know what? I just realized that's only because of the culture we live in. Because
Yeah,
if like
it's-
Amazon
we've created
Tribes,
that.
like they're all topless.
Oh,
and
I
those-
thought you were talking about the company.
no. But those motherfuckers could care less about the girl, the women's titties
It's
in
normal.
the tribe.
No.
Yeah,
that's
they're
to
just
feed. That's to feed,
feed
the babies.
Yeah,
man. I mean, it's weird that the constructs that we've engineered, like it's almost like we get in our own way. You know.
We have always been raised to want the booby reveal.
The sexualizing.
And movies have done that with Fast
Yeah.
Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just, there's
Phoebe
something-
Cates.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
And hasn't there been like
I googled that this week. That's how ingrained it is. Well, no, because somebody put her up like, here's
Oh.
Phoebe Cates now, and I was like, what's that the scene? And then I googled it. I'm like, oh yeah.
I would assume in the 80s that was probably the most masturbated to scene for all teenage boys.
the
I
pool.
would assume.
deal,
Yeah, the pool scene.
the red bikini.
yeah.
That's a little before my time too. Like, and I'm 43. You know, like it wasn't like something that I would have watched. I remember literally having an emotional reaction to watching. Was it Life of Brian or some? One of these Monty Python movies where, and the chat room will correct me because I'm getting it wrong, where there's a man running and then chasing him are big-breasted bikini models with no tops on roller skates. And I remember, like, literally having a head blow on where I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's hot women with their titties out on roller skates. Life can get no better. When I get to be old, that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to have some roller skating titties.
And then when we got old, we're like,
Yeah.
no,
What do I got? I got a fucking kid. I'm like, I got a new iPhone. It's got 3 cameras.
So
Fucking nerd.
Hasn't there been a big thing on Facebook too? Like people have been trying to fuck with the Facebook bots and stuff by putting like a close up of a guy's breasts, and you can't tell. It looks exactly like
The
a
one
woman's
I
breast.
saw was a naked woman, right? Fully nude. and they pixelated everything, the vagina, you know, of course, because that one's like a penis. He's unmistakable. You know? Even the vagina can be mistaken for things, but the penis unmistakable. I mean, when you see a penis, you're like, that's a fucking penis. All the time, 100% of the time. But they pixelate everything except the nipple, and Facebook can't do shit about it. So you're seeing basically a completely naked woman, big old nipples.
And because the whole argument is like, well, the nipples are the same and between male and female, so what the fuck does it matter? Anyway. So that's progressive, it seems like.
The Meaning of Life and Death, the Monty Python movie that like kind of made me a man.
I don't think I can. Like, for instance, we got that painting, the pig tits.
I never think about that.
Tommy, remember when Tommy walked in?
He was like, hubba.
He looked at it. He's like, what's that girl? That
naked.
Pig face. I don't care. He looks at they were fucking breasts.
It's art. It's art.
Like, but like, I'm not uptight about breasts with my kids. Are there people out there that would like get freaked out if their kids saw breasts?
Yes.
That's weird to me. Like, fucking breast. Well, now a dick or genitals,
did you
maybe
say
I'm
Oklahoma?
like,
Is that one of the states?
No, it is. Yeah, you're right. Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
A lot of people in Oklahoma,
A lot of people in Oklahoma, now that have this law, are going to be outraged, I feel like.
You get shamed at Disney if you, like, show cleavage. Like, people will, like, shield their kids' eyes and stuff. So you're talking about whole titties out? Yeah, people are going to get mad.
Yeah. Well, it'd be fun to
just
watch.
one titty.
Like the reindeer.
No, have you seen that new challenge is the seatbelt challenge? Where women pull out one titty and then they put their seatbelt over their nipple. And then they take a selfie of it. That's trying to get my wife to do it.
All those challenges are just for fucking horny nerds to jack off to. They put it out there. By the way, BDMs.
Hey, watch me jack off into this plant challenge.
And by the way, the BDMs that post those challenges, hoping that their thread's going to be filled up with our BDM ladies putting their titties.
Happen.
It's
Never
sad. Just let me tell you. I look at it, I'm like, come on.
Let me tell you.
You made Tom sad.
No.
No, they go on a list.
I'm sad for you.
You know you go on a list, right? Like, if you're in the BDM group and you put up a thing like, hey, ladies, let's start the seatbelt challenge. Let's get this thing moving. Every girl that's in the BDM group write your name in their phone and said, this motherfucker, it will be voted soon, most likely to send me unsolicited dick pic. This just got to happen. So don't fucking do that.
You come off like a creeper. Anyway, what's the next story?
All right, so you guys talked about this chicken sandwich wars this past summer has been going on, obviously. With,
still happening.
With Popeyes.
IHOP. I went to IHOP. My daughter loves IHOP for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's trying to come out with a chicken sandwich.
Crazy.
Guys, it's like, did the food industry not know a chicken sandwich was a thing?
Well, everybody's Huey Magoo's is doing it now. I don't even know what the fuck that place is. Zaxby's has got one.
Zaxby's has had theirs though.
They're pushing them out a little bit more. Like I walked. As soon as that Popeye shit popped off, I took Maisie to IHOP. In the window is a giant sign that says, world's best chicken sandwich. I'm like, these motherfuckers. Look how fucking fast.
It's corporate overreaction, and it's stupid because we all see it and we're laughing at you, corporations, because we know that you had some meeting and you're like, we got to get on this chicken sandwich phenomenon. It's the hottest thing.
Meanwhile, Popeyes don't give a fuck. They're putting out commercials saying, bring your own bun, bitch, and we're just going to give you 3 tenders. And people are still going and doing it.
Yeah, it's done.
I would actually do that.
Yeah, I actually was like, that's fucking funny. They're embracing it.
You're right. And guess what?
They know they fucked up.
Corporations, no one's going to be like, oh, I love IHOP chicken. That doesn't
no
exist.
You already IHOP for a chicken sandwich.
The ship has sailed. It's this, and you're trying to somehow attach yourself to it. And it's fucking sad when you do it. So just stop doing the chicken sandwich shit. Just let Popeyes be the king of it, and it'll fade away like everything else.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You had the opportunity to do that too, and you missed it.
Yeah.
IHOP, you gambled. You went, we're changing our name to IHOB.
But they changed it back, right?
They did.
It wasn't even a real thing. Yeah, it wasn't even a real thing. But like, you gambled on burgers. I'm sorry, you fucked up. You should have done spicy chicken sandwich. You've been all right.
And it seemed like Chick-fil-A and Wendy's were probably the most two popular when it comes to fast food. And then the Popeyes thing took off. But KFC's kind of never, I don't believe, has ever been known for their chicken sandwich.
Not the sandwich, no.
Yeah.
I've never had a chicken sandwich from KFC.
Their Chicken Littles are good as hell, though.
I've never had a Chicken Little.
They're good.
I know that surprises a lot of you, considering I am Chicken Little.
Well, you don't eat your own kind.
They just came up.
That's true.
So
that's cannibalism.
KFC's launched a new gimmick, and they're kind of going overboard with this. I found this earlier in the week.
They do a lot of gimmicks, though.
They do.
Remember, they do the honey bears. All the colonels are famous people.
Yeah, now Rudy's Colonel Sanders from the Sean Astin, I believe.
Yep.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like all the different
we
people.
all know what Rudy was. I just can't tell you what he was.
He was offside. He was also offsides. Damn
Every
it.
time I see Sean Astin, I think of Goonies. I never think Rudy. I guess because I
Yeah,
grew
you're
up
right.
on the
Yeah,
movie.
because if Rudy were in Goonies, they'd never solve the.
Oh, damn it.
Get him in there.
So what?
I'm big eating my squid.
I'm
they,
not
they deleted that scene. Rudy, you idiot, you
Yeah.
fucking moron.
I like the coach has no idea. Get him in there. I'm not sure what he's got, but I think he'll be dead soon. So. That's what they're saying,
Yeah,
right?
basically, yeah.
They're just taking pity on the guy that they don't understand.
Well, my
what-
job sucks. This whole fucking school sucks. So put this guy in, whatever.
Yeah,
Put this fucking this load in. He's fine.
So KFC is
Fucking
piloting.
human hockey puck.
KFC's piloting this in Pittsburgh and then also Richmond area, Virginia. They are taking the crispy chicken fillet and now they're putting it between two glazed donuts and selling that as the sandwich, replacing the
Gross.
bun with the glazed donuts. They say it may be an ode to the Luther burger, which was actually a bacon cheeseburger where they replaced the bun with glazed donuts as a tribute to legend Luther Vandross.
Yeah, I remember the Luther burger, and I've had one before. Whereas I will say it tastes extremely good, it's just too much. You know, like I'm not a.
Put the donuts in there.
I
It's
don't-
way too much.
I've never
like-
been a like chicken and waffles. Sure, man, the sweet and the
Yeah.
savory together.
I'll do
I got you.
that.
Yeah, I'm down. But some things are just a little. I've never been a big fan of the like taking it like way overboard. You
The
know, it's like I
extreme
roll the
food.
pizza into a burrito, then I deep fry it. You're like, all right, I
Yeah.
get it. It's gonna taste good. It's just too much.
Yeah, I can't even eat that much. You know, it's like I eat 3,000 calories
It's
in
gotta
a
be
meal.
insane.
Like,
I don't like donuts, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I couldn't
I'm
imagine.
out.
Oh, you don't like donuts?
No.
Wow.
Just make
Apparently, a lot of people get upset when you say you don't like a food that they like, and I'm like, why do
No,
you
no,
care?
I'm not-
not, not you
donuts. Yeah,
specifically,
I just
but
think
other people.
I've never. I don't
I'm
think
like,
I've ever met anybody that doesn't like
why
donuts.
do you care if I like donuts? More
yeah.
donuts for you, right?
Yeah, well, my wife doesn't like pickles. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And Chris, tell me if you agree with this, but it goes like it's kind of like craft beer. Just make a good beer.
Sure.
Don't make a gimmick. Don't put the fucking extreme. I'm putting ghost pepper or whatever. All
Yeah.
the shit. It's just like
Yeah,
just
fuck
make
that.
a quality beer and everybody will
It's
like it.
all
Yeah.
about trying to stand out now and
You-
create some type of gimmick that draws attention to your business.
And the giant corporations are the worst with this because
course.
they can't change their food or how they do because they're too big and there's too many. So all they have to do is change their marketing. So it's got to be like drinkability and we'll just do this gimmick and that gimmick and because they're like we are what we are. We're only gonna have these ingredients. So we'll put some glazed donuts. It's all gimmick. It's stupid.
Yep. All right, next story. This is exciting news for Daniel, for your wife, and Tom, for your wife. Celine Dion is kicking off a new tour, and she just dropped new tracks from her first album in over 6 years. So she announced last April she had a new album on the way. It's titled Courage. She waited until now to put a date on it or release any fresh singles. They just started coming out this week. I think there were 6 total that were released. Courage is the title song. It says it may strike fans as the most personal, as most anthemic, with simple piano and orchestrating underlying Dion facing loss. With
I have
chest
tickets.
Thumping. Do you really?
Yeah, I'm going to see Celine Dion
In Jacksonville or out in
Tampa, I
I think in Tampa.
Oh wow! I didn't
Yeah.
know she was coming.
Yeah.
I
because
believe
my wife,
your wife flew out
She was
there.
pissed,
She
right?
because
she was mad.
Celine
mad.
Dion announced that this is going to be her last residency or year of residency, and that's it. So my wife's like, oh, like she had this whole mindset of like, you have to see a living legend,
Right.
And she announced her retirement. I gotta go. So she's
Yeah.
like, I know the plane tickets are expensive, last minute, and everything is going to be an expensive trip, but I gotta see it. And I was like, okay,
you were cool, bro. Yeah.
and then literally she bought everything, all non-refundable, like the tickets. Celine Dion tickets, by the way, $500 a ticket.
Oh my god.
In Vegas,
And that's- and
$500
that's
a
the
ticket.
That's the regular ticket. That's
And
just
she-
like, hey, that's your ticket.
And she bought one for her sister because her sister flight attendant. She
So
can
that's
afford
a
a
grand just
so a
in
grand. Then
tickets.
it was probably like a $5,000 trip. And then
Oh.
literally next week she announced her world
Yeah,
tour.
that's a fact.
And then like,
And then she called my
and
wife.
then
I heard him
Andrew-
talking. I'm like, oh my god.
Andrew bought. She's like, Andrew already bought. She's like, I got tickets for Tampa.
Yeah, Andrew's like, got tickets for Tampa, $115.
Yeah,
whole thing.
hour
man.
drive, easy peasy. And Chris, I was like, you ready?
She is playing.
I said that in my mind.
She's
Yeah,
play-
yeah.
Oh, this is the new song.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I'm fine.
I mean, like,
I think of
I
you
know that there are
almost
people that
100
don't like Celine Dion,
times.
But is there somebody that can listen to her and go like, she doesn't have a good voice? Is there somebody that can,
No.
right?
Although my wife did say she did a lot of talking in between songs.
Oh, yeah.
And
She does jokes.
And she came
She
out
does
like
do
a
jokes.
crazy Canadian lady, or crazy old
Yeah.
Canadian lady.
Yeah, when she
She was
comes out,
rambling on
she's
about
like,
nonsense.
hello! Oh my gosh! Hello, my baby!
Yeah.
It's very.
Yeah, Crystal said she's like,
It's very
what is
weird,
happening
yeah.
right now? She's rambling on.
She's
She's
I wanna
always
go.
She gets sassy. Like she'll be like, you know, my kid. You know, I was talking to my kid. He comes up to me the other day and he said something, and I tell him, "You can do that. You can do that. You can do that. I'm the queen." Then she'll start singing.
Yeah, that's
But she does like some sort of weird
Her
fucking.
carpool karaoke episode's pretty funny.
She's funny, but
Yeah.
like she's also nerd mom Canadian
Yeah.
Yeah.
megastar, completely detached
little
from
loony.
reality.
She's a
man.
little loony.
No concept.
She's been
of-
rich for too long.
She has been she's been like a megastar since she's like 16 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I was wondering, in the U.S., was it the Titanic song that kind of made her popular? Because I know she's from Canada, but I don't think I ever...
She had singles before
that
Oh
one?
yeah.
But I think that's her big. That was like,
Yeah.
everybody in the world knew that song.
I also
And-
think that movie...
Like
is a
My
hunk of
Heart
shit.
Will Go On.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The Power of Love.
I remember that one.
It doesn't hold up over time. Like no one when Titanic is on, like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. There's no
You know,
All
I'll do
Shawshank.
coming
that.
back to me. That's
Yeah,
a great song.
that's the way it is.
Yeah.
I know all those, but I just feel like from a Heart Will Go On was the one that really made her big.
If you find her, if this is her first album, I'm trying to see.
She's
which,
been married to that old man for a
He
while.
kinda
died.
loves me.
He
died?
Yeah, oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Married too long.
Well,
Can't be
he
married
was-
that long
he
to an
was
old
a
man.
lot older than her.
Yeah, Renee. I think his name is.
Wasn't it like a little
I know a
bit
lot
creepy?
about Celine.
He
because
like
of
found like
he was our
discovered her
manager.
and then managed her since she was like 13 or 14.
Yeah. And then when that's always creepy when you I met her when she was underage, but don't worry, I married her when she was. But like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, what happened? Like something happened. Like you can't tell me you were like I kept it totally professional until she hit 18. Then I started fucking. Like it was like
we
no,
walked
there was
outside. She took her top off. My head exploded.
You're like, come on, old man. We know. We all know.
We all know. You just made it legal.
Yeah.
I took a date to see that crappy movie Titanic down at the downtown Disney area.
Titanic.
All I wanted was a hand jibber at the end of it. I sat through 3 hours of that shit. She got right out of the car and went like, didn't get anything. Damn it.
Wow.
Yeah, I sat through Hunt for Red October just so I
Well,
could finger
at
a
least
girl.
Titanic's romantic.
Yeah,
My
it's
old-
very hard to finger a girl while Sean Connery's pretending to be a Russian sub captain.
My only movie date of all time, you guys know, is the Beavis and Butthead movie. I was 17, and I was actually with my buddy's wife because
Easy, brother.
I was in high school.
Did
But,
you,
No. I think we may have kissed.
Whoa!
Hard
That was
to-
a Saved by the Bell woo we did there.
Hard to make out during Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
By the way, it does not hold up. Stupid as fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway,
Next
next
story.
story. Yeah.
Speaking
I never
of,
thought about that. Like, I was trying to finger a girl, the Hunt for Red October. Somebody in the chat room said, I was like, fuck, man, I must be losing my edge because that's pretty funny.
It's pure 90s radio.
Yeah, that
You were
is.
born for it.
you know what, sir? You got the goods. You're hired. You're on next week.
I used to do it during 1990s Orlando Magic games on Sunshine Network. Sit on the couch.
Chip.
Chip
Chip Carey. Chip
Yeah.
Carey, yeah.
And
That's gross.
All right,
next story, you just mentioned Saved by the Bell, Daniel. So this week, NBC has finally announced that they're launching their streaming service. They gave the name for it. It is called Peacock. That is launching in April. We already know that the
Fucking terrible name, by the way.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to make
Yeah.
fun of it because it sounds like a cock. And like a dick. It sounds like a penis.
So we already know that Netflix is losing The Office. They're moving that over to the Peacock. There's rumors that they're trying to actually relaunch The Office as a new series on the Peacock when that finally launches. They're bringing over Parks and Rec, The
I
Office.
think that's a bad move.
Yeah.
Are they going to relaunch it with any of the original cast?
that is the hope in what I just read.
If they could get everybody, and I mean everybody, back on board, I'd be in.
What's
so it's just going to
Jim's?
be like BH 90210, right?
No,
that's all-
but
yeah.
it hasn't been that long. Like if they get the original cast and put the Office back together,
Here's the thing. It's gonna be hard. What was Jim's actor? What's his real name?
John Krasinski.
Yeah, John.
Sure.
That guy's doing legitimate
Oh,
big
heck
time
yeah.
movies
He's
now.
ripped.
I don't think.
yeah, but he's like,
so is Jenna Fisher,
can you
right?
take him seriously when
I
he's
know, it's
like,
always Jim.
I'm like, he's like, I'm here to investigate these drone strikes in Saudi Arabia. I'm like, you're fucking Jim.
Yeah.
You're a bully to Dwight.
He is.
That's all you'll
He
ever
gives
be.
the look to the camera always.
Yeah. He's like, who did these drone strikes?
Well,
was it Iran?
I think
Looks at
that
the camera.
I think that Jenna Fisher and I think the actress who played Angela, I think it's Angela Kinsley, they just launched a podcast
Yeah.
about Office stories. So it
and
would
her
be a great
show got canceled, Jenna Fisher's show, which wasn't bad, but it just didn't,
Yeah.
And then Dwight did that superhero movie that was super violent or whatever.
Was it Kick-Ass?
Kick-Ass, yeah. Or was it Kick-Ass?
Kick-Ass.
No.
That's
That
old.
No,
was,
it wasn't Kick-Ass.
Nicolas Cage.
No, that wasn't Nick Cage, was it?
What didn't Kick-Ass? No, I was saying I wasn't Dwight. What's his name? What's Dwight?
Boy, we're really keeping up. We really keep up
Hold
with
on,
these guys.
just listen to us try to think of actors' names.
Who spilled the chili?
So they,
Was that Kevin?
they're going to make Peacock the center stage for streaming the 2020 Summer Olympics from Tokyo. But
Oh,
they're
that's
also,
kinda cool.
Yeah, they're also relaunching new series, Punky Brewster, redoing that. And they're also redoing Saved by the Bell. And they have pulled in, I have this CD.
Really?
Yes. That's Friends Forever, all like the corny songs
I
they
really
did.
enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this show. Like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
show.
I still watch it. I love it.
I never
I
watched it.
I would
You
rewatch
still watch it?
I still watch it. I love it. Trying to introduce my kids to it. They
He's
watch Full
living the
House.
They don't
Yes.
want that shit.
Yeah, they
No,
do.
they don't.
It's great.
No, they're like, this is, Dad makes us watch some old shit we hate.
Then he sits outside in his Colorado and cries.
Like, Kaylee got
All he cares about is Peloton, his podcast.
It's true.
So they're revamping Saved by the Bell.
Relaunching it. They're bringing back AC Slater and Jesse Spano. So that's Mario Lopez and
Elizabeth Berkley.
Berkley,
I'm
thank
sure they're
you.
happy.
But they're not
like,
bringing-
yes, work again.
What are they going to be saved by this time?
There's no John Paul
'Cause they're not in school anymore.
Right.
What?
So
oh,
this
that
is
guy's not in it?
No. So this
Zach
is
Morris is
Zach
not.
Morris is not in it. So
Isn't it? Wasn't it like basically his show?
Yes.
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
all
that's
centered
dumb.
around
He's too
him.
big, right?
Well,
He's not that big.
they
No.
haven't asked him to be part of the reboot, and he didn't realize it was that far along. But the problem is he's actually on a show that's coming out on ABC. So this is launching on ABC. So they think there might be some conflict between a spinoff of Blackish, that movie that's the series that's on ABC. He's going to be in a spinoff called Mixedish, and that starts, I guess, pretty soon.
Well, there's already Blackish, and then there's what's the other one? There's already a spinoff.
Yeah, there is.
of
Fuck.
Blackish.
Is
yeah.
it adultish or something like that?
Yeah, or
Grownish?
Grownish, yeah.
Yeah,
And her in college.
They're doing a lot of
right?
ishes.
So
They
he's
should do
gonna
one.
mix this.
They should do one called Fishes.
He's just a white dude, right?
Yeah, he's gonna,
Fishish.
Fishes.
Is he mixed with something else?
I would assume that he probably married a black woman. I would
okay.
assume in the series.
How could you not think that? What did you think he's going to do? Blackface? No, Justin Trudeau.
I thought it was about like something like maybe he's part something.
Does he
Native
look
American.
part?
No,
anything?
that's why I
He
said I
looks
was confused.
Complete white privilege, white guy, blonde hair.
So it's about him being married to someone.
I would
different
assume.
race. Okay.
So the premise of Saved by the Bell.
I
What
hope he's married to Terry Crews. Like that would be. You want a
like
good
that.
show?
Yeah.
That's a good show. And show
be
him
good.
fucking.
They Zach in the series, they don't show him, but he is the governor of California. Believe he's still married to Kelly Kapowski, and he signed some bill that requires low income schools to shut down so they get integrated into
So he's a
Bayside
racist
High.
old white guy?
That sounds about right.
They get integrated into Bayside High, where
Is Kelly in it?
no, she hasn't been approached
Okay.
either. Where the only two that were confirmed are Jesse Spano and AC.
So no
Slater.
Lisa Turtle?
No, not of yet, but they've teased it too a little bit on social media.
No, Dustin
so.
Diamond. He got nothing to do. He'll do anything.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen
he's
his
got
stand-up.
felonies.
I saw his,
Fine. Everybody got
I saw his
felonies.
dick on
I know.
Discord.
It was in the hurricane thread.
I think it was. It was in
Weren't we supposed to
Flames.
interview him a couple times, or like we?
We did.
Did we? Interview
Yeah, I
him?
think we did.
Was
Did
it over
we?
the phone?
Or,
At
like,
least
I've,
once.
I've done so much of this
I
that
don't know.
if anybody you tell me, you're like, didn't we interview President Obama? I go, yeah, in our garage. Because everything's all fucking mush.
No, but I think
Everything's mush.
we did. He did do a call in with us.
Yeah, I think
It was
He's been
difficult
on the
though.
show.
It was difficult, but from everybody that I know that's talked to him, and I think Mike Busey's talked to him, and all these other people, because he's visited places. He likes to party, but I feel like he's a pretty nice guy. He's just maybe a little,
Didn't
little
I-
edgy, a little
I didn't
trouble.
like him. I
Little
met him.
trouble.
Didn't
Oh,
the
did you?
hideout
Yeah.
fight with him one time or something like
Probably.
that
I
back in
think
the radio
that's
days?
true.
I
Yeah.
went to a stand-up of his, and he wasn't funny at all. He
Did
told
you go
stories.
because you're such a
Yes.
huge... Okay.
I wanted.
Man, you are dedicated.
I wanted to get a
some
photo.
weird shit.
I wanted to get a photo with
I like
Screech.
it. I like it. Yeah.
So
I could see that.
So after the show, which was awful, one of the guys that you guys have in all the time, one of the Orlando comics, it might be Mike earlier. Someone opened for him.
Charette,
and he was really good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Mike
he's,
Charette
he's
did?
awesome.
Dude, I think that's...
You guys interviewed him October 27th, 2015.
Oh goddamn!
In
Who put
person?
that in?
Yeah, he was in studio.
I have Alzheimer's.
I don't remember him being in the studio. Do you?
It would have been my house.
Yeah.
No, don't remember that at all.
Maybe God damn.
It all runs
I have
together.
no recollection of
I
that
don't
whatsoever.
either.
You think I would because I'm a big Saved by the Bell. I
Hell
love
yeah.
watching that show. I have no
What are we
recollection
talking-
of Screech coming
Was
in.
I there?
Yeah.
That was during the brief hiatus.
That's when you guys had Daniel too, right?
Yeah.
He was
more
better.
out.
He's
He was
better.
the Asian.
He actually-
I thought it would work
Yeah.
better, but
He died.
Not
He
good.
actually died.
He finishes his set, and then he wants to sell you 8x10s, which were $20. And then if you wanted to go on stage and take a picture with him, it was an additional $20. Just on no professional photographer, you had to use your cell phones. The picture that I took with him, I didn't like how it came out. It looked like shit. He wanted me to pay another $20 to get another photo with him.
Well, that I agree with.
And I
You're just
How
a fucking
awkward was
cheapskate.
that?
Oh, it was
Was
really
he
awkward.
doing the negotiation?
Yes.
Or do you have a
No,
guy?
him.
Oh no!
It was
Always
just
have
him.
your guy do it.
Yeah. That's awkward.
So we got another photo. I said, look, if you're giving me this 8x10, you're going to sign it exactly how I want you to sign it because
Wait, you
I
said it
just-
like that? That's
Yes.
a little rude.
Well, I
feel
just gave him
like.
$60.
Look, if I'm buying,
Yeah.
I gave him $60, and he signed it.
you gave him the money, or did you give it to
No,
a guy?
no, he was by
Yeah,
himself.
you can't.
It could have been Charette might have been handling it for him.
Even we
No,
got
sure.
look, we're pieces of shit. Even we got guys. You know, we got Eric the Merchman.
I hired Butler to handle all my Stony Baloney
It
business.
looks a little more. It looks better to do that.
Butler, go tell these nerds it's $20 for a picture.
He signed
Butler, all of our marijuana cards are expired. Go buy us weed.
Somebody in the chat room said Screech taught my son at a comedy driving school here.
Oh no!
it.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
I believe it.
Oh no!
So
Oh no.
he signed it, Dear Fisher, who you calling a cantaloupe, you melonhead, which is a quote from Saved by the Bell. Then he goes,
Oh, no,
he stays
no,
at the
You
hotel.
made him right there.
Yes.
I feel like both of you are in the
He
wrong
picks
here.
that quote.
He stays at a hotel across the way, just right across the street, right next to the Krispy Kreme. He walks back over at like 12:30 while they're doing
Were you
karaoke.
stalking him?
No, because it was karaoke after Screech. So everyone shows
That
up for
was the
karaoke,
hook?
and he walks in the door, and I start singing the Saved by the Bell theme song. He walked right up.
No!
Fuck you, Screech.
Well, hold on.
$60.
I feel like you're both in the wrong here. Screech is a bad person, and so are you. You're like
Yeah, you're singing "Saved by the Bell."
I
Leave him
accept
alone.
it.
I declare it now.
You're bullying him.
You can, if BYOCB, Chris Fisher, host of the show, your mortal enemy now, Screech.
Yeah,
I feel like
you are the same guy that when I walk up and there's some construction worker, he's like, "Do 1 minute of comedy drunk."
Yeah, you are.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he crosses his arms.
You're
and,
construction Chris.
No more Post Malone. It's all about
Just
Dustin Diamond.
Let him live his life.
Leave him alone. You're trolling him. He walks
$60.
Wait, do you wake up in the morning? Take that, you motherfucker. He's like,
damn
I've done
it.
nothing to you. I'm just trying to live, man. I had to show my cock.
I signed your cantaloupe shit. Leave me alone. Although
Cantaloupe shit. Just leave me, please.
it is awkward. He's like, you want a picture of me $20, and then you hand him a $20 bill. He's like, all right now. And it's like, God damn, that's awkward.
And even the second picture came out awful. It's all dark in the venue. You can't see shit.
Tom. Yeah.
Wasted $60.
Was there a lot of people wanting?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was you.
I was the only
Fisher.
one.
Just at that point, it's sad enough. Just take the picture for free.
After he finished, everyone went out and smoked. They were waiting for karaoke. Get this guy out of
They
here.
just wanted the karaoke.
And then it's sad that he walks by. He's like, "Excuse me." Like you get into the like, God
And I
damn.
do like you're up there. When you wake up in the morning, you're up there singing your song.
You know what? You know what's? I feel bad
Fisher,
for.
you're just as crazy as us, man.
Here, we live in the best time to be famous for something and then to parlay that into something else because now there's so many podcasts, internet, and there's so many other ways to monetize, like if you have an audience. But he came from the old school where he was famous from Saved by the Bell, never really did anything after that. And then, so he knew an entire nation knew who he was. And then he's like, what do I do? And then I'm sure some fucking sleazebag promoter is like, hey, you got to go out in there and do the
Celebrity boxing. He's
do the
done.
do the
It's
clubs.
a real life, I believe.
Yes.
Or
Samantha,
no,
look up Dustin Diamond's IDB. Just out of curiosity, did he ever do anything else? I know that they did.
He beat up a horse shack, right?
He did beat up horse shack.
The old man.
But when they brought Saved by the Bell back,
He did go back on.
he was like the assistant principal, I
Right,
believe.
to
But
Mr.
I
Belvin.
want to like. It's hard for me to believe because even the fat kid from Josh and Drake, and I'm not fat shaming. That's just the only way you can tell them apart. The fat one. Remember, he was the one that was in that movie where he was like a bully. And then the other kids pushed him off the canoe into the lake, and he couldn't swim, and he died. And then they had to cover up the crime.
Yeah.
And I remember I rewatched him. I hated him so much. I rewatched him dying in that drowning scene about 18,000 times. Yeah, I still watch it. That's how I start my day.
He was in the 98 Degrees video, I Do Cherish You.
Yes.
In 1999.
He did a VH1 like a fat camp or fat boot camp show, and he got into a fight with one of the drill instructors, whatever they call them on that show, and he ended up getting kicked off the show. But he was all playing
That
a
used to be
character,
a move.
playing a gimmick.
In reality TV, there used to be a move where
You play the
you
heel.
get a little doughy, then you join the fat show.
VH1 Fat Camp.
Well, there were multiple ones.
Yeah.
And then you'd fight with
trainer.
the trainer, and then he'd show up at your house just like old Bible man did. What's his name? Willie Ames.
Yeah.
Willie Ames did the same thing, where they show up at your door and they villainize you, and then eventually you just break down, and then you just talk about Hollywood pressure, and then you have a change of heart.
Right.
That's a move.
It's funny because he literally did everything wrong when it came to like how to parlay your fame into some sort of
He's
career.
been in a lot of stuff. It's just like stuff no one has ever heard of.
Like
You know
what?
I
Give
mean?
me something.
Remember when he did the porno to try to save his house?
But
Was that
but
him?
then I heard later that wasn't even his dick. That was a stunt dick.
Yes.
And he was just there.
And then it was like a POV,
Yeah.
and it was a different guy. It was like a porn actor he hired.
I don't know about you guys, but
He
I
was in
find that
Dickie
out.
Roberts' former child star.
But that makes sense.
He was in Duck Dodgers, 13th Grade, Tom Goes to the Mayor, a few
Oh,
episodes,
Tom Goes to the Mayor? That was
some TV series.
that's a Tim and Eric series. That was
Robot
their,
Chicken.
That was their first series. Tim and Eric's first series
Big
was
Money Rustlers.
Tom Goes to the
Tetherball,
Mayor.
the movie.
Tom Goes to the Mayor is one of my absolute favorite. I own it on DVD. That's how much I liked it. It's so weird because it's animated but not really animated. In fact, I used to do the Tom and Dan shorts that I did? I stole that style specifically from Tom Goes to the Mayor. I just didn't make us look like animation. I just used the pictures.
You know what,
'cause
too?
That's what they did.
I don't know this for sure, but it seems like a thing. So all these guys, like society, we look at them, we're like, Dustin Diamond, we feel bad for you. You're not doing anything. We're making fun of or whatever. But then you find out, like last year, 2018, he like made like $195,000, like just off these. You're like, God damn, you made as much as a fucking pharmacist or whatever.
Selling
Like,
them shitty 8x10.
Yeah. And so these guys secretly, like, they'll still make six figures. They're just in society terms, you're like, oh, we feel bad for you. This guy's making more money than 95% of the people who feel bad for him.
If you can step back and check your own metrics and not compare, then even the journey he's been on, the stories he's got, and the fact that now he's making, like, let's say between $150,000-$250,000 a year, he's okay. He's
but
fine.
I may be wrong. Maybe he's not, but it seems like he probably can parlay and just
Yeah,
doing all these things
I
that we
think
seem like, that should be beneath him. But he's
I
still
think
making
you're
as much
accurate.
as a doctor.
I think what's his net worth, Sam, if you don't mind looking that up?
And I think as an actor,
Couple mil?
an actor too, when you've
He
reached
went
that
through
status,
bankruptcy.
and he's not A-list, he's probably now C-list. But back in the
yeah,
day,
Wait,
yeah.
Sinbad says you don't grade people. It was just their time.
okay.
You'll hear that in the interview.
Yeah.
So he
Oh, no. What do you think
Oh, shit.
his net worth
I
is?
fucked up, didn't I?
This is sad, guys. What do you think?
Well,
Is it one of those novelty ones where they're like -7
No.
cents?
Well, he went
No.
through bank. He was going to lose his house. Remember, that's why he did the porno to sell.
Throw a number out.
I had heard that was bullshit too. I had heard that was an internet publicity stunt by another sleazy.
Yeah.
He was never going to lose his house. It was never his house.
Yeah, it was just some. Yeah,
It was
some
just
stunt.
like, let's prey on people's emotions and a cultural icon like Screech from Saved by the Bell.
And the beginning of the internet and social media when you could spread it around. 700 grand?
I'm gonna go. I'll lowball you. I'll go $50K.
No,
Right on the nose.
Really?
Whoa!
That's bullshit. It's got to be more.
I make more money than Screech.
You
Well,
make
your
more-
net
we knew
worth.
that.
You make more money than Tom.
Dude, your net worth is not 50K.
Holy cow.
That is someone fucking with him.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I feel like, that's like when my Wikipedia says that my profession is eating dick. Come on, like what do you do for a professional dick eater? All right,
There's a bunch of websites that are saying that.
He's got to be worth more than 50K.
But when you get to that status, it's not like you have to do things like that. You have to go into stand-up comedy. You have to do some type of tours because he can't go work at Kentucky Fried Chicken making
He's too
chicken
famous,
sandwiches on glazed donuts because everyone would. There was an actor I thought not that long ago
Reese
that worked at a.
Witherspoon.
No, it was the son from. The Cosby Show was bagging
Theo?
groceries. No, the one
no.
that married Sandra.
No, the nerd man. He was working at
Jeff?
Whole Foods.
Yeah,
or Trader Joe's. No, he's working at Trader Joe's. And
People were shaming
and then
him.
they were shaming him
Job
for being a
shaming.
bag boy. And then he
You got
talked
a Tyler
about
Perry movie, right?
Yeah, and then he talked about it, and then Tyler Perry was like, "We're not going to let people shame you for being a Trader Joe's bag boy if you still got your acting chops." And he put him in the movie.
Yeah, it blew up viral.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Now I never.
He's no matter what though, least favorite Cosby Show character.
Remember when
He did a good Cosby impression though.
Did he?
He did.
Oh.
Remember when who is the little dude famous?
Vern Troyer.
No.
I've seen him eating the sub.
Emmanuel
Josie.
Lewis.
Emmanuel Lewis. That he was like a security guard. And he freaked out. And, like, people
No,
like,
that was not
Gary
Emmanuel
Coleman.
Lewis.
Oh,
That
Gary
was Gary
Coleman. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then
Gary Coleman also was a crazy person.
Yeah. But remember, he worked as a security guard for like
Well, he had a
Paramount
bunch,
Pictures.
he also slapped his wife around. He's
Yeah.
fighting everybody.
Yeah, he may have been bipolar.
He's a lunatic.
But I always like if you had some sort of fame, like I always think like you
I'm
could
Orlando's
probably,
Gary Coleman.
couldn't you just get like unless you burned all your bridges, wouldn't someone within the industry give you a better job than like a bag boy or like don't you have some friend within?
Did you just say F word for gays?
No,
It
why?
almost sounded like you said either being a bag boy or.
No.
That's what it sounded like.
What is it?
That was like, that's a weird job.
Weird Job
Put him
Wednesday.
on Weird Job Wednesday.
Like for instance, if this all crumbled tomorrow, I know
Oh, it
enough.
might.
I know enough people in any industry just to be like call up and be like, "Hey, you got any job for me?"
I'll
Yes.
be down there putting American flags on J.C.
You can
Harrelson's trucks.
Call Fisher.
No,
be like,
you
"Hey,
can
is your
go-
company hiring?"
You
or-
can go be a professor at Rollins and teach about
Yeah.
sports betting mutual
No,
funds.
I want an easy job. I'll go see Mike Stacks. I'm putting American flags on all the Subarus or washing them. Like, I'm serious. That's exactly
yeah.
what I would do.
Yeah.
Steve from Porky's. I can smoke some butts.
I'm just saying, like, don't you know some?
Maybe I
people
work
that
for Semantics Podcast.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
that you could call and ask for a favor because I feel like everyone knows someone within some industry that could probably like.
Maybe he knew someone at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but you're a bag boy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're not
Gotta
like
work
a
your way up,
you're
man.
not like a manager.
yeah, but the thing is, like anybody can get a bag boy position. You just go and hire. They hire.
I
like,
want some
right?
preferential. I'm with you.
Yeah.
If this
Like,
thing
don't you
falls
know-
apart, I'll go to my wife. She works.
Yes.
Works for PBS. I'll be like, what do you need? Like, come on.
Dude, when
me
I
a job.
when I thought I may have need like a part-time job when we started this business.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
I-
a couple weeks ago when you and I were having the discussions that the guys don't know about.
Wait, what?
No, don't worry about it.
No, but
Sometimes things get a little dicey in here.
I called up our buddy Matt. he's
Gambling
a
debts, I overspend. It's bad.
cabin boy, and like I knew he worked in like this real estate industry, and I was like, "Hey, is there?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're hiring you." And like I went and looked, and he's like, "Yeah, you can get a job here." Like it wasn't like, "Oh, well, I got to be a bag boy." I knew enough people that I could probably get a job. I don't know. It's just so surprising.
No,
to
I
me.
agree with you.
It seems
It's like
weird.
aim a little higher, right? Or no, or maybe you're just doing that to fill the time while you find other things.
Or you burned all your bridges and you have no one to. It's like, for instance, it's like when someone that you don't know that much calls you and asks you for money. Then you're like, what have you done to all your other friends? Like, why are you asking me? Isn't there other? And that is a tell that he has asked everybody, and he's wore out the welcome with all his other friends, and therefore it got to you. So that's why it makes me believe that he wore out the welcome, and Bag Boy was it. But anyway,
I
let's
can
take
see
a break.
that.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, maybe we'll do some voicemail.
Yeah,
and
we can
regular
totally
mail.
do that.
My
My
Chris, thanks so
quest
much.
for funk and yacht rock is, I mean, every week it seems like I'm dipping my toe in there a little bit more. I know I've played this band before. They're called Metronomy. The name of the song is The Light. Come on, dude. Listen to that.
Funky.
You put this on. This is gibber music, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You put this on. Put this on. Suck some titties.
make me boof again.
Free
Yeah,
sample.
this is a
Bring
boofable
back
song.
the boof.
We'll be back with more Mediocre Time right after this. The name of this song is The Light.
Help me, please. Help me be the one. Oh, pretty soon I'll make a move and set everything right. I'm gonna find the missing piece in my life. There is no point, I want to die. If I think too much, I'll cry. But in the meantime, what the fuck is up tonight? What the fuck is up tonight? What the fuck is up tonight? What the fuck is up tonight?
What the fuck is up tonight, Tom? What are you doing tonight?
Fun Friday.
Yeah, what's Fun Friday?
Well, my mom and sister are taking the boys to.
Oh, Fun Friday gonna be right now. Pussy coaster.
They're so Fun Friday's Mickey's
said that.
Not So Scary Halloween.
Oh, that's fun.
So
No, what about
my
you?
niece. and so-
Normally, are you
well,
going to?
He's
or-
going to Gibbertown.
Well, we were.
Yeah, Hunt for Red October.
I set up. I set up.
Or
a-
maybe get adventurous and hunt for Brown October.
Never hunt for Brown October.
Yeah.
Oh.
Periscope down.
I hunt for Yellow October. I hunt for Yellow October a lot. Or what's right above Yellow October.
So we were gonna go look at a camper today, an RV.
Boy, that's
Wow.
romantic.
So
That's
sweet.
fun.
I
Get a
know.
hand job in a stranger's camper. Quick, get in the tiny bathroom. Jerk me off into this half toilet.
What was weird? What happened is like, so we found one on for sale on like
Oh,
Facebook
this is weird.
Marketplace.
You were
Yeah.
telling me about this.
And it's the same. It's like it was a 2019, so it was basically
It's a brand new camper.
brand new. And the people said like, oh, it was too much work to set up, and me and my wife were not into it or whatever, so we're getting rid of it. It was the same like bunkhouse style camper that we've been looking at to get, perfect size or whatever. So I was like, all right. So since my mom's taking the kids to Not So Scary Halloween, like this is in New Smyrna or whatever. So I was like, let's go, So I've been talking to the guy back and forth for a week, like texting. Like he's like, when can you go? I'm busy as hell. So we're like, finally Friday, they're taking the kids. Me and my wife are gonna go up there. We were
Perfect.
probably
Seems
gonna
perfect.
buy it tomorrow. Like I was gonna start negotiating the price or
And
whatever.
this would be eventually the
Tom and Dan
Tom and
RV,
Dan
yeah.
RV, yeah.
But
They said Jimmy's selling his RV.
no, so he's
You don't
got a
want
big
that
old hunk of shit.
That
It's too
motherfucker,
big.
he don't take care of. He's too fast.
And it looks like a goddamn Siberian husky fucking died in there with
Yeah.
all the white hairs
Yeah,
everywhere.
oh yeah, his pubes are everywhere. Look, if you want to buy something, you don't want to buy it from Jimmy or Tom. If you want to buy something, you want to buy it from me. Because of the way that I'm meticulous about myself. Like I'm talking to JC Harrelson right now about trying to get a truck.
Yeah.
So I can go on adventures. He sent me a message. He's like, I don't need to know about the condition of your car at all. I just need to know just the VIN number.
Yeah, it's
He's like, totally fine. He's
better
like,
than other-
yeah. I sent him a picture. He's like, oh my god, yeah. He's like, you're fine. He's like, we'll just we'll work
It's
the
got
numbers.
3,500 miles, mint, like literally been
Dude,
detailed every
Do you-
month,
do you
and
know that
only
that
been
car,
stored
You know
inside.
that car only has 9,000 miles on it.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
It's embarrassing to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you
Griff
should.
truck. Ooh, we're pushing 300.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so the guy, we were gonna go after the show, and like we set it up. I was gonna meet the guy at 5:00, and he just texted me. He's like, "Wife changed her mind. I'm sorry. We're not selling it anymore." And then I was like, "That's weird, right? Like it's been like 2 weeks." And then to change your mind at the last minute, I wonder.
That is
that's a
weird.
weird thing.
That is weird.
Is his listing still up?
I don't know.
Let's get him.
Could have got a higher bidder, maybe, or
That's what
Well,
I said.
but I
That's
didn't
exactly
even-
what Samantha said.
Here's the thing: if you got a higher bidder, you just tell me like, hey, this person wants to pay because they put it up for like 19 grand, right? And so just tell me like this
big
person
money.
wants to pay 22. Will you match it? That's it's basic negotiation.
But maybe
right?
he doesn't want to negotiate. Maybe he's like, oh, this guy offered me more. I'm just going to go with this guy. You know what I mean?
That's a bad of business. If you then tell me
Not
because
everyone
maybe then I'm gonna be like,
to do business. People just want to sell shit and get money.
yeah, but if you want to sell, just tell me. Say like, hey,
Doing
this
it
person
again,
wants to
long
buy
time.
it for 22, and then I'll be 22.5. Not even I don't even. I just want to beat the other person.
Maybe they're too awkward.
he just didn't want to tell you no?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, maybe his wife did. I'm trying to think of a time because I have a feeling that this happened to me, not to me, but to my father. I have a feeling that my dad. I'd have to text my mom and find out. But I think there were times when my dad wanted to sell something, and he kind of did it I think you would identify more with this than I would, because you and I think you'd agree with this, when you have something that you need to tell your wife and you know that you might have some opposition, you hold off until the 11th hour and then you launch it at her quickly so you don't have to damage control for weeks.
Yes,
Is that right?
Yeah.
So,
That's
okay,
my
follow me here.
go-to strategy.
That's your go-to strategy. So follow me here. I feel like that at some point my dad was going to sell, like, I want to say part of our shotgun collection, which I still have, a lot of it. But we had a lot of, like, really nice.
Sorry, I was just thinking of Aaron Carter inheriting his 500 guns from his
Well, I mean,
father.
at least his guns aren't like, my guns were swamp guns. Let's just be honest. My guns were like, for what, I don't know.
I was kind of hoping
firing
Aaron Carter
off the
would
back
be
of
in
an
your
airboat
news,
or something.
Fisher.
Like it's.
I remember when you got part of that collection with your there was ammo boxes of ammunition, like Army
Still there.
Ammo boxes, and I remember I walked in, I go, "Uh-oh."
It's happening.
happening.
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah.
So-
My wife thought that too. She was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" I only have one of the main collectible guns, but anyway, my dad was going to sell these, and I feel like he didn't tell mom fully, right? So then the prospective buyer was coming to the house to see the guns. My mom's like, "Well, what? I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm selling something. Oh, which one do you sell? I'm selling these. Oh, no.
No,
and then that's what happened.
So he
see what I'm
was
doing?
trying to
Yeah.
like sell it and be like, "Hey, I got this guy. He was going to buy it," and the wife was no, like maybe the wife didn't even know
That's
it was
what I
on
was
That's
thinking.
Facebook
Maybe she
Marketplace.
didn't
That's what
know.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking.
There are a shit ton of 2019 campers for
No,
sale in
Yeah,
Central
well, those
Florida.
are the ones that giving
I
people
know.
cancer.
Well, you know why? Because people buy them and they realize like this is a mistake.
This
immediately.
fucking sucks. You know what's better than this? Buildings.
And then as soon as you
Hey!
as soon as you take it off the lot, it's worth like fucking $8,000 less day one. Like
Well, it's
that's
all
the
it
problem.
is wheels, particle board, and a shit ton,
Yeah,
and a
yeah,
place
yeah.
to shit. That's all it is.
Yeah. So that's
Shitty cushions, nothing in there, and it's
Yeah.
And eventually, no matter what, you let it sit for not even.
That's why I want to rent it out. To
Not even a
PDMs.
month, and then you go in there, and then you walk in, and it smells like goddamn death inside.
Yeah, because some rat crawled in
Yeah,
there.
musty.
So you took the Pulver idea and
Yeah.
now
Oh,
just
yeah.
okay.
It's like
I respect
Airbnb
that.
on the road.
Yeah, it's called pool.
You're keeping the name. Pooper. It's called Pooper.
Like, don't shit in it. I can't figure out how to drain it out.
Have you
Number
ever
one
wanted?
only.
Have you ever wanted to have an uncomfortable outing with your family? Well, you're gonna love renting a camper from Pooper. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I put a piece of cardboard over the toilet so you don't shit in there.
Please don't shit. Please don't shit on my cardboard. This is the last piece of cardboard I have.
By the way, what happened to Aaron Carter? Someone was telling me, like,
He's
did it,
going crazy.
Did Nick Carter get a-
Okay, Samantha sent me a video of him jangling his dick while singing
NSYNC,
NSYNC.
yeah.
so
And I'm like,
think
what?
it was Bye Bye Bye.
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And he's like, fuck all you Backstreet Boys fans. Go fuck yourself. Eat a dick.
So
He's
my
like,
wife told me a story that Nick Carter
Got a
restraining
got a
order.
restraining order because Aaron Carter is bipolar and threatened to kill his
He's claimed
wife.
he's bipolar, manic depressive, schizophrenic, and there was something else that he threw in there when he was on that show, The Doctors.
And didn't he claim he got molested by the sister who's
yeah.
dead?
Now he's talking about he got raped by his sister.
He says his brother Nick is a serial rapist, very much like Jeffrey Epstein.
So
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't hear
this
that one.
just came out.
but you can't believe anything this fucking guy's saying because he's nuts,
He
right?
says he was raped by his deceased sister as a kid, molested by his backup dancers, and abused by his brother.
Okay, so here he's tweeting. He says, somebody said, Nick is the Kanye West of your day, meaning Nick Carter. And he said, no, he isn't. He's the Jeffrey Epstein. Then he said, I smell a serial rapist, and then like attach that to his brother.
Damn, dude.
Then he said, yes, my brother, it's
What
the
does a serial
truth, or
rapist
I would have
smell
already
like?
gone to jail. I don't know. I can't imagine. Well, no, I don't know. Depends on what kind of raping you're doing.
He was an addict for a long time, too.
Yeah.
He's got mental problems. He
Yeah.
inherited 500 guns from his father
Ooh.
and then went to a pawn shop the next day and tried to buy more guns. And everyone's like, what? Why are you buying more guns? You have 500.
Here's another picture.
It's like, I'm a collector now. It's like, you don't turn into a collector in one day.
Here he is
Someone's
at the-
definitely watching what Aaron Carter does with 500 guns, right? Like that's
they
how.
called his family's been trying to get him help. They called like a 5150, like Suicide Watch, someone trying to get him Baker
Oh, I
acted.
thought you meant Van Halen, the album 5150.
Like there's nothing anybody can do unless he actually does something fucked up, which is kind of scary.
Here's another tweet. He said, I was 13. Look at my brother's face before he broke my nose with a pie at the Kids' Choice Awards during my acceptance speech.
Oh my God.
Then he puts a clap emoji. I wonder if my wife was at this. We talked about Kids' Choice Awards with Sinbad. He says
broke
he's
his nose
bullying these women with power and money, and now I'm back and powerful and wealthy and healthy. Nick cannot stop his own reckoning.
Oh, God.
Aaron, you're not back, buddy.
Nick Carter's probably like, what the fuck? God damn.
Yeah.
Because
He
now.
had to get a restraining order for him and his wife because he says that Aaron threatened to kill his wife and his unborn child.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
You know what? It sucks for celebrities or anybody that has like a crazy relative or
He says
crazy, someone with a mental illness. Is that it used to be like that you needed some sort of news organization or something to distribute or the what your craziness you're putting out, and then if they realize you're crazy, they're like, don't listen to him. But now it's like he's got his own media that he's just pumping out craziness.
Just go on Twitter.
And then everybody's like, oh, let's report on this. We love it when people's dysfunctional families look crazy because it makes us feel better because our dysfunctional family's not as bad. My brother's not claiming that I'm a serial rapist. So,
Oh my God!
It
Okay,
makes me happy.
Here's a tweet from yesterday. He says, "My sister raped me from the age of 10 to 13 years old when she wasn't on her medications, and I was abused not only sexually by her, but by first 2 backup dancers when I was 8 years old. And my brother abused me my entire life. I am so deeply disappointed in my sister Angel, who's doing so well after her arrest for shoplifting on Xanax. She has had therapy for many years, and I'm sorry to see her be brought off and lie." Yeah, you got to get him some help, man.
He's just dragging everybody through the mud now.
You would think that someone would like be able to Baker act him.
I'm telling you, I read a story where they said the family called and asked him to be Baker acted. The cops said they showed up and tried to. How do you try? I mean, isn't that involuntary? They fucking take you?
Well, there has to be a certain protocol, and I believe
Maybe he's saying that's how I beat Shaq, and then they were so charmed
like you need
that they're like, yeah, oh, you're great.
you need more than the family to like suggest a Baker Act. I think you need like a medical professional to also sign
No,
off
you
on
don't.
it. No,
You've never
see
Baker
this?
acted anybody
Here's a-
before, clearly.
what's the thing? Though?
Here's
I
some
don't know.
breaking news. He said he posted, but then deleted a message that said, "So today I decided to voluntarily allow the sheriff's department to hold 2 of my rifles. I'm doing this as a sign of good faith and cooperation with law enforcement." Then he deleted it.
Yeah, so I was reading in on that, and they were saying that the cops are trying to find a way to basically like find loopholes to take his guns away.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they
That's sad.
He gave him
man.
2
It
rifles,
is
got
sad.
498
I know,
more. Like-
I know.
By the way, dads, before you croak and decide to write your will and give all your guns to one of your kids, pick
Yeah.
the not
Yeah.
bipolar one.
Should have been Nick.
Yeah. Donate them to charity. Your celebrity kids who have mental problems
Somebody
don't need your
farted.
guns.
It smells like shit in here.
I was smelling dog food earlier. I'm like, what?
Who
is
shit
happening
in here?
It's a goddamn croutons.
No,
Why do your
he's in my
croutons
breath.
stink?
I eat croutons as a snack because I'm an old
Why do
lady.
your croutons smell like
I'm
dog
an
food?
old lady. I'm fully ascended into old lady. I ride a Peloton. I drink White Claw. Then for a snick snack, I eat buttery garlic croutons, and I pet my cats aggressively. What the fuck is happening to me? Do you want to do voicemails?
I'm going to give you
email?
500 guns.
Oh, buddy, I'm already there.
Yeah.
And one of them's
Hold
already
on.
got a buttload of peanut butter right
Let's-
in the top of it.
Let's. I saw you mentioned or you wrote down home intercoms to talk about.
Yeah,
on
I'm
today's show.
obsessed with them now.
Dude, my Meemaw had when
Yeah.
I was growing up had a home intercom system in her house.
Had a stereo where you could play music in all the rooms, and all the rooms had the little box with a dial, and you could talk
yes,
to each other.
It's a dial box, and then the buttons were like big, thick click buttons.
I want to bring it back.
I
And
want that. Yeah.
I want to bring it back because I feel
we
like
don't need that. We got
well,
phones.
but
No,
we need to
it's
get away from the
cooler.
phones, man. The phones are bad. Everybody knows the phones are bad. Even though I bought a new one, and my wife just took. She has it. She can bring it over here.
Oh, did you
so
get the new iPhone?
Yeah, so I can fucking whack my cock to it, I guess. But like I think that it would be healthier to go back to the old the box, because your master bedroom would have the big box, right?
Yes, yeah.
And
yeah.
it would have the stereo where you could play music in all the rooms, and that's the master intercom. But you could like talk to every.
That was the old school way of telling everybody you're rich, too.
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
if you had an intercom, like I know you had the house in Miami, like my grandma had a big house and had an intercom system. And I remember, like, as a kid, talking to my cousins, like, in the other rooms or whatever. Even though at that time I was like, this seems useless. Like, what are we doing here? But it was like the status symbol of, like, you get an intercom.
A little before
like some
my time.
fucking Scarface shit.
Yeah, it was a little before my time, though, because I can remember my god sisters had one in their home, and it was like, and everything at that time, because I think that manufacturers had figured out how to plate gold. Like, hold on a second. Sorry, I got to clear my throat. It was like these croutons that you got me really, but it was like they had figured out how to chrome plastic. So, like where toys, like your G.I. Joes and stuff would have parts that, like missiles would be chrome.
Yeah.
I think it was sort of a newer, like, manufacturing thing.
Technique,
So they would do, like, gold on these intercom boxes.
But it's plastic.
It looked so fucking shitty. But at the time, I think it looked cool because it was like something nobody had seen.
Yeah.
So my god sisters had these intercoms, and I remember seeing them and thinking exactly what you're saying. I'm like, these motherfuckers are rich.
Yeah.
The only reason I knew they weren't rich is because the intercoms were all broken. Every single one of them. Every fucking room was broken.
Yeah.
Like the button would fall out or it didn't work, and I'd say, like, let's use it to like why don't your parents use that to call us for dinner? And they'd be like, well, it doesn't fucking work. And
What do you wonder what an intercom system costs back then? Like we're talking 80s. Like if you were building a house and you're like, I want an intercom system, because nowadays it's literally zero. If the technology is garbage, nothing. But back then, what do you think it was? Like $5,000?
I would think a couple grand.
Yeah, to put an intercom system.
maybe not $5,000, but I can see spending
because they had a hard
$2,000.
Because you had to literally cut out the drywall, insert and then wire from one room to the other.
Hardwired.
Yeah.
There's
They're
no
all
Bluetooth in that shit.
Yeah. Still though, like
Did people use it? Like, was it when it first came out, was it like, this is fantastic, and then it just degraded, or was it one of those products that as it came out immediately it was shit?
I don't know. It's I wonder what they like. There had to been.
Did anybody? If you use that, write us an email, show@tomandan.com. I'd love to, like. I don't know why I wrote that down. It just it popped into my brain, and I was thinking how nice it would be. Oh no, I know what got me thinking about it. Because Maisie has the Alexa in her room, and I can talk to her via Alexa from my phone.
Yes.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Like,
My wife will call me through the Alexa.
Yeah,
sometimes.
you can talk to all your different Alexas. So I do it with the girls all the time, especially like if I'm upstairs riding the Peloton or something like that, and I'm away from it. It's a little bit easier for me to like pop on the Alexa and just like, hey, what's up, guys? Is dinner ready? What do you need? Like, do you need me to go get milk or what? Whatever. It's just a little bit easier.
The Alexa is the new intercom.
It kind of is, right?
But probably a way cheaper version. Because you can get Alexas and the pucks.
My
and shit
Alexa
for nothing,
is
man.
never reliable at all.
There's still.
It's not quite like there.
It's not perfect. Yeah.
No.
They still, has a hard time understanding you, and
I hate that because I think that's why I don't cut the cord, because I don't feel like it's there yet. Like, I hate in the mornings getting up, I turn the light on, and I go, Alexa, turn off the fan. Alexa, turn off the fan. Alexa, turn the fan off. Alexa, fan off. Alexa. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? I could walk over and turn the goddamn phone
The
off.
switch is right there.
This sounds like really hacky stand-up, but I'm being serious. It's what the fuck? Why am I doing
never
that?
use Alexa.
Do you have one?
I never use any kind of
smart device or any. Well, it's probably a better way to live.
We've got the Google Home, and I keep it unplugged because it just goes off randomly. If the TV's on, it'll hear something, and it's constantly looking things up. Yeah. And my friend had one of those intercom systems, and the main box was out at the pool area. He was a rich friend. We used it to play the music throughout the entire house. You'd leave the pool, go to one room, and the music would be on. So
I bet.
Andrea said the fan just turned on in the house.
No.
She's watching this.
It only works. You play back the podcast. It only hears that.
That's fucking hilarious.
Everybody's is. Everyone's like, my Alexa's going crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alexa's telling me about fans.
I'm sorry, guys.
I would love to do a whole show on like old old opulence. Like it's shit that used to be considered
Old
as like,
technology.
oh wow,
but-
you were rich.
But
and then now it's
hipsters like that
nothing.
shit. You know, like if you like, I like that shit. You know, I guess you could just call me a hipster. If I walked into your house right now and you had that intercom system, but it had to be cherry. It's got to be cherry, like a classic car.
It would be
and you
fancy
had
one.
it and it worked and it was in your house. I would be like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Dude, I remember-
because I love old technology but preserved, like a rotary phone. If you can find one that still like will work with, because some of them I don't even think will work now with digital numbers and all this crazy bullshit. But if you could find one that's pristine in that like olive or that like gross kind of baby food green, I'd be all over that. I love that kind of shit, man.
I remember when my dad bought a projection TV, and it was like,
Fuck yeah, you did.
it was like 5 foot tall, maybe more than that, like 6 foot tall projection
Wide.
TV. Brown wood, like paneling
Yeah.
around it. On the bottom were the speakers, and the TV was like, if you touched it, it was like a screen, and then it had the 3 colors, and there was a pretty, you couldn't, like, you had to look at it straight. If you were at all the left
Oh,
or right,
yeah.
you couldn't see
you're
nothing.
fucked,
Yeah.
But it was like the most fancy thing we had, and my dad was like, look at, and then and my mom, I remember she was like, oh, we need this, and it was probably
Oh, your mom did the same thing my mom said.
yeah,
Do
yeah,
we
yeah.
need this, Dan?
And then
because
he-
my dad got his, but it was a little shadier than yours.
and then he had 2 like 5 foot like oak speakers
Yeah.
next to the TV.
These are Polk Audio.
Like big, like
yeah, huge.
wide. Like, remember the cabinets and everything was faux wood,
Yeah, yeah.
like wood paneling and shit. And that was like, the
But it's
fancy
not
shit.
really wood. It's just a
No,
sticker
no.
that looks like wood on like particle board.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
particle board sticker.
Yeah, my dad, oh man, this was embarrassing. I remember I came home one day and my dad's like, Dan Lee, get in the truck. So we get in the truck and we went to, is it Buddy's Rental or?
There is a Buddy's rental.
Yeah, like a Buddy's Rental. And my dad was telling me, and you know, I'll omit the parts that I probably shouldn't say, but something to the effect of that there are certain types of people that will buy things they can't afford and then return them, and we can get really good deals on these projection big screen TVs.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
bought a rear projector Mitsubishi. And we barely, I mean, it barely fit through the door. It was so fucking huge. And we put it out on, and you've been to my mom's house. We put it out on the porch, and it did not fit. It was terrible. And he put it out there, and the picture quality was fucking garbage. It was garbage.
Yeah. It was fuzzy, and if it was too much light, you couldn't see shit. It'd be like, turn off the lights. I can't watch anything.
We can only watch TV at nighttime.
Remember, did you have any friends that had a satellite dish in their backyard?
Oh, boy,
Yeah.
did I.
Big one.
Boy,
How big?
did
It was like
I.
a West
I-
Channel 2 News satellite dish.
Yes.
And it was like, holy shit.
I
remember
can't say
how-
their name. I had one family that was so rich, they had 2.
They're really. And the big.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
inevitably.
then you could get HBO and you could see titties.
The dad would be too lazy to, like, when technology changed and everything became cable, like they just let it fall into disrepair in their backyard, and it'd fill up with like a fucking green frog water, and like it just sit there. It look all dirty from the rain. With the goddamn giant satellite.
I'm trying to
dish.
think of other. I think you nailed it with old opulence.
Yeah.
What else was there that was something
Well,
that
car phone.
my dad
Yeah.
had
You know,
that. He also
Bathroom phone.
had
Bathroom TV was
yeah,
a
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that I remember when the hotel rooms, like when you go and stay in some fancy hotels still have a bathroom TV. And
Hello, I'm shitting. Like why?
Or
why do
bathroom
you-
phone, toilet
Yeah,
phone.
Why do you need that?
all that shit.
We had the Artie Grindle Tropic Traveler that had the cutout for the TV, and we bought an RCA TV and kept that there. It had the blinds in the Artie Grindle. The Chevy Astro
You actually
van.
had the TV in it.
We did.
Did you have the VCR combo?
No, just the TV.
Yeah, I remember being on like buses for band trips and stuff like that and thinking, wow, this is so fancy because they have 2 TVs that are mounted in boxes with a VCR at the front and they can fucking play Fly to the Navigator while I finger this
Yes.
flute player.
Someone mentioned trash compactor.
Yeah,
that was
that's a
fancy
good
thing.
one. That's a good one.
I feel like no one ever has a need for trash compactor. Like, how much trash are you compacting on a daily basis? Like,
we could actually use one here, I feel like.
You're right. You're right.
You know, like we
But I would never. You push it like. They're like, did someone put a beer bottle in? Like,
I remember always wanting to put my dog in there.
I don't know why I laughed so hard at that.
You're Aaron Carter.
All right, let's get out of here.
I'll plug some stuff.
So let's see what we got. Semantics podcast.
Yeah.
Who you got on this
Juan and Mo DeWitt tonight.
Oh, wow.
We'll be chit-chatting with them this evening. If you want to send us an email, show@semanticspodcast.com.
There you go.
week? What about you, Fisher?
BYCBshow.com. Listen and subscribe to us everywhere. And you can send us a voicemail, 321-804-3104.
Okay.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Again, during our 10-year anniversary coming up October 5th, we're going to have a bunch of new merch that's, we've never come out with. We have a new beach hat style, like a straw hat
Yeah.
that we're going to be selling first
It's huge.
at the 10-year.
The new style is more of it's very avant-garde.
5 brand new T-shirts we're selling. We got a new dome hats, Florida dome hats. A bunch of new merch that we're gonna have that only at the 10-year, and then whatever's left we'll sell online.
Yeah,
obviously.
the 10-year logo that Danger Brain did for us came out
it's
like
great.
really, really good.
Yeah. So if you can stop by, we'd love to have you. And of course, all BDMs, you'll get the email with the information about the
BDM's the
pre-BDM.
private party. You're going to want to get there early. Everybody else, what'd you say, 7?
Yeah, you get there around 7. It's a free event.
Totally free.
And
I know it's stupid. I know you guys. We'll get the emails from people. You could charge for this. It's just I don't know. I don't think we'll ever do that.
And this,
I'm a never say never guy, but like free parties are just more fun for us.
yeah, and this may be like, of course, we're going to have the Bad at Business Beer Fest and Sofa and Suds coming up, and we're going to expand that. But as far as like big anniversary events, I think after the 10, we're not going to do an 11-year anniversary. Like it's just we may just do it for staples, but
we'll probably end up trying to be a little more creative about it. It's the same reason that we're trying to end, and I'm not saying we will, but I don't think we have a 2021 cruise planned at all.
No, yeah.
Or anything like that.
Just like to change things up. And
it is always nice to do that. That's why we try to change the logos and the merch and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, we'll probably find some other avenue to go down. If I can be serious for one moment, because normally we don't do that. Our good friend Tuttle, I believe, is in in the hospital for he's dealing with some stuff.
Yeah.
So if everybody could quite possibly check on that gentleman, maybe shoot him an email or
send him some good vibes.
Yeah,
They're going through a rough time.
Shoot him some good love and give him the old Tom and Dan love you treatment, because we really do care about that guy a lot. Him and Bubba. It's like it seems like. Well, I mean, everybody's hurting. You can kind of feel it in the air. I think if you spend any time on social media, I think you'll understand that I think there's a lot of unhappy people out there.
Yeah.
But I think that Tuds is dealing with some stuff, and I care about him, and I know you care about him a lot. He's as much a part of he's probably one of the first people to ever appear on A Mediocre Time as Samuel. He was one of the first guests we ever had.
Yeah, and so just reach out to him, tell him, hey, buddy.
Because people are saying in the chat room that he gets out tomorrow. That's great. I'm glad that hopefully he gets some help. It's nothing to be ashamed of. People hit weak points, and you need help. But I would appreciate it if all of you guys could just throw him some love.
He's at Tuttle on Twitter, TUDD.
Yeah, throw him a pick me up. Just to, give him a hurrah and tell him to, get back to business. He's in my opinion, the world's greatest radio stuntman. That will ever be. So and that kind of shit can take its toll. So anyway, not to get serious on you guys. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Oh, check out the Sinbad interview. It's fucking awesome. You'll really like it. I'll be posting that soon. And guys, we will see you next week. And Twitch, thank you guys for hanging.
See you, Twitch.
Tactical hat. I don't even know what you gave us. Like, did anybody know?
What's the mathematical?
I'd love to give you some love for.
Conversion.
I really appreciate that, man. Like all of you guys that have hit the subscribe button and.
By the way, it's September, so it's half off.
Yeah,
this September. So
it is.
Wow. Thank you, Tactical. We appreciate it. we're
$550.
Jesus Christ, man,
dude! Thank you. We were talking to Sinbad about you. We were like,
he was
interested.
Weird. That's weird.
He was interested in doing Twitch, and we were kind of explaining to him like, yeah, you should do it. It's more than just a video game platform and stuff. And we were telling him
his son's a gamer.
We were like, we have someone who watches all the time. His name's Tactical Hat, and he's donated a lot of money to us.
If we have anything to say with it, we will be working in some capacity with Sinbad because he was super fucking nice. Yeah. So, guys, thank you guys. Have a great weekend, y'all. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you soon.